Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Guys, I have something to share with you. Georgia and Vanderbilt are not good in basketball at all. Woo! SEC tournament kicked off yesterday. Missouri, the 12th seed in the SEC tournament, they beat Georgia 71-61. Texas A&M, the 11th seed, they beat. Man, Vanderbilt's so bad. I don't even feel right doing the whole Vanderbilt spiel. I just don't even feel right. They're so bad. They lose by 17 points to Texas A&M, 59-69.
Nice.
So bad. So bad. Vanderbilt so bad in basketball.
They had 11 points in the first 12 minutes.
Yep, 11 points.
Over the first 12 minutes of the game, Vanderbilt had 11 points.
Yeah, they are not good at the game of basketball at all. They are terrible.
Terrible, just terrible.
You have to be intentionally trying to be that terrible to be that bad. I mean, seriously. You have to be doing the opposite of what your coach is telling you to do. All right, guys, practice is at 4. You show up at 5. All right, guys, we want to do right-handed layups. You do left-handed layups. Okay, guys, we're playing 2-3 zone. No, you're playing 3-2 zone. I mean, you have to be doing the opposite of what your coach is telling you to do. Or maybe your coach is that bad and maybe you are doing exactly what he's telling you to do and maybe you need a new coach. Maybe that is.
I don't think they need a new coach. I mean, who can say that they've gone winless in SEC play? That's quite the accomplishment. He is rewriting history, Jason.
I mean, would you rather be in LSU's position or Vanderbilt's position?
LSU's.
I mean, I would rather be in Vanderbilt's position.
I'd rather be in LSU's. At least there's a small chance of Will Wade getting away with what he's done. At Vanderbilt, he just stinks.
Vanderbilt fans, you don't want to be LSU where you're getting in trouble. That's not the Vanderbilt way. Okay? The Vanderbilt way is doing everything right, even if you're losing. But you can always hark back on how you're smarter than everyone and that you're probably going to be everyone's boss when it's all said and done. You still got that going for you. You can still do that.
Did you see the story that came out about Vanderbilt, the university, yesterday? You know, we've got the whole new, what was it, with Aunt Becky, the
The robbery, the wiretaps that was going on with the FBI, and a huge scandal that was sweeping a lot of schools. USC got hit really hard because they had an associate AD that had to be let go because he was accepting bribes. But yeah, it was a lot of money. A lot of people were involved, and was Vanderbilt's name mentioned?
Yes, but in a good way, because according to an investigation, Vanderbilt's high academic standards for student athletes blocked bribery scheme.
Hey, how about that? See, who cares about winning basketball?
I think they've
games?
blocked more off the court than they have on the court this year.
Yeah, see, it's the things that matter. The things that matter in life
is what. So really, what you're saying is they are champions of life.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They are life champions because they are not named in the FBI. They call it Varsity Blues. They named that Operation Varsity Blues. And they are not caught up in Varsity Blues, number one. Number two, they are not at the center of controversy like LSU. I mean, winning can be overrated, I guess, if you're Vanderbilt. You just get used to losing after a certain amount of losses, and you just get used to it. And so, hey, just embrace Bryce Drew, sign him to an extension, and just worry about the things that matter, which is going to class every day and just doing your best. That's all you can do is your best. Sometimes you just don't win. You'll get lucky next year.
Vanderbilt is terrible.
They are terrible
at basketball. And somehow they have a good recruiting class coming in. It makes zero sense.
I was mad that they were playing yesterday, and there was not any other games I could watch because I didn't want to watch NBA yesterday.
That's not true. You could have flipped over and watched a great game between West Virginia and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
the ACC tournament was coming on. I felt bad.
I missed it.
Well, I didn't feel bad for Oklahoma because I don't really care for Oklahoma. But West Virginia and Oklahoma came down to the wire, and Oklahoma was down by 3 with a couple seconds left. And the Oklahoma player shot a 3, made the 3, and upon further review, his toe was on the line. So what appeared to be a game-tying 3 to send the game to overtime, it was just a 2-pointer, and the game was finished, and Bob Huggins won a basketball game.
I'm happy for Bob Huggins, man. He looks so miserable.
I'm not happy for Bob Huggins. I'm happy for West Virginia's players.
Why you don't like Bob Huggins?
I love Bob Huggins, but Bob Huggins, after a loss, probably isn't a fun person to be around.
Yeah, but out of the players and the coach, Bob Huggins is the one that health-wise needs the win the most.
Yes.
The players, I mean, they'll be okay. They got young bodies. Bob Huggins has not been in the best shape at all, so we need Bob Huggins to be healthy, and a good win can do that. 865-255-03 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. I'm totally kidding. I would rather be LSU to Vanderbilt. Good luck, Bryce Drew.
Who is having a worse day, a worse morning? Vanderbilt fans realizing their basketball team is complete trash, or Alvin Kamara realizing that his BFF, his buddy, his friend in the backfield is no longer with him, with Mark Ingram signing with the Baltimore Ravens.
Probably Vanderbilt fans. I mean, I'm sure Alvin understands this business and is finishing up his second year. I mean, Mark Ingram had 8 years with the Saints. That's a long time anyways. And it's business. He's still getting paid. Last time I checked, they can still communicate. They can still tweet each other, DM each other. I'm sure Mark Ingram was going to give Alvin Kamara his telephone number if he gets a new one. If he does not have a new one, then they'll still be able to talk.
Did you, speaking of tweeting, did you see Alvin's tweet yesterday?
No, I did not.
He tweeted, "Hey, I got to pay my rent and my light bill. I got 6 girlfriends. I need to get them situated. Let me hold some, sir." And he tagged Mark Ingram.
Yeah,
and he put the laughing emoji, and then he said, "Love you, bro. Congrats. You finna be cold as HE double hockey sticks."
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mark Ingram has played, 8 seasons already in the NFL, and he's getting another deal. That's the big picture. because a lot of guys like Mark Ingram don't make it to 8 years, and they don't make it to a third contract. And so, congratulations to Mark Ingram. I mean, here's a young man that didn't have his father because his father was in prison because of I think it was like a white collar crime or something like that growing up. And so his dad was a NFL running back for, I want to say, the New York Giants, and he's come a long way.
Bank fraud, money laundering, and jumping bail.
Yeah, it's one of those white collar crimes. But third contract, everyone should be happy for Mark Ingram, including Alvin Kamara. So the big news of the day in the NFL is Eric Berry was released by the Kansas City Chiefs. Not surprised this happened because the Chiefs signed Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, and the Honey Badger is younger. He is healthier. He did have an ACL, but he's more doable right now. And this is the business part of the NFL that you hate. There's three things that's going to happen. One of three things when you're playing football. Doesn't matter what level. Doesn't matter how much money you're making. Doesn't matter how many Pro Bowls you went to. Doesn't matter how many championships you win. One of three things will happen. You will get hurt, you will retire, or you will be cut. It happens to us all. If Peyton Manning can get cut, anyone can get cut. Bill Belichick was trying to run Tom Brady up out of there not too long ago. Getting ready for the future. It happens to us all. And it's weird. Like, it makes us feel old because we remember when Eric Berry was running out of the T. It was just 10 years ago, less than that, actually.
And this will be Eric Berry's 10th season in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, his first year was 10.
I saw where he was a 9-year vet, so maybe that person tweeted wrong.
Yeah. I mean, his last year was Lane Kiffin's in 2009.
Right.
So his rookie year was 2010. So I don't know about that one.
No, this is his 10th season.
That's weird.
2010, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 was his 9th season. And then
Are we counting?
Like 10 was his first season.
Well, he was in the NFL because there was like 2 seasons he didn't play.
Well, correct, but he's been in the NFL. This
10
will be
seasons.
His 10th
Gotcha.
season being in the NFL. But he played 2 games this past season, 1 game in 17, so 3 games the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So you kind of there's the thought process behind the Chiefs making that decision.
Yep.
In 14, he only played in 6 games, and then in 2011, his second year, he played in 1 game. That was the year he tore his ACL, I believe.
Yeah, because he's torn his ACL, he's torn his Achilles, and then he's bounced back from cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the Chiefs are not wrong here. There's no reason getting mad at the Chiefs. The Chiefs made the right decision. They are a championship-level team, and I'm not sure if Honey Badger can guard Gronkowski.
I don't know if anybody can.
I mean, to be honest, but Eric did the best job he could on Gronkowski. They on some great passes, and you're going up against a Hall of Fame tight end. It happens, but I don't blame the Chiefs for making that move. What I would love to see is Eric Berry go back to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really cool to see the Chiefs play the Falcons at Atlanta. Unfortunately, Eric kind of just stole the show and won the game for the Chiefs against Atlanta, but that was special, him being there in the Georgia Dome at the time. Was it Georgia Dome or Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
That was the Georgia Dome because I believe that was the last year in the Georgia Dome. But, I mean, it stunk for Falcons fans, but for everybody else, that was the story of how Eric Berry had the pick 6, and then he had the pick 2, the only 2-point conversion that helped win the Chiefs the football game.
Yeah, I want to see him go back to Atlanta, and then I would like to see him go to the Browns. I think that would be really cool to I can definitely see him playing for the Steelers too.
Well, last night you mentioned the Patriots as well.
Yeah, I think he'd be a perfect fit for the Patriots.
I do too.
Because,
as much as I would hate to see it.
Yeah, because Eric reminds me so much of like Gerard Mayo. They just handle their business. Good dudes. Bill Belichick would love a dude like Eric Berry. But how healthy is Eric? Someone asked me on Twitter, do you think he's going to retire? What I know about Eric Berry, he's just not the guy that would retire after being released like this. He's the guy that says, you know what? I still have a lot left in the tank. People doubt me. Here's a challenge. I'm going to meet that challenge. I'm going to prove to everyone that I still can play. That's the Eric Berry that I know, but I don't know his body. Maybe his body is beat down and worn down to where maybe he steps away. But Eric beat cancer. And this is just another obstacle, even though it's not as serious as cancer. But I look at this as another obstacle that I know Eric is excited to overcome. But everyone gets cut. Peyton got cut. Jerry Rice got pushed out. Jerry Rice got pushed out of San Francisco. He's one of the best football players ever. Not best receiver, best football players ever. And Jerry Rice was pushed out of San Francisco. Remember, he had those dreads that were starting way back in the back of his head playing for the Raiders at the age of 40, still giving dudes the business.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and let you know now. If the Steelers do sign Eric Berry, I will have an Eric Berry Steelers jersey ASAP, pronto, and wear it quite often. Eric Berry is my favorite Tennessee Vol of all time. Just kind of.
Are you going to wash it?
Yeah, I wash it. Why wouldn't I wash it? I wash all my other clothes.
That's important.
That is important. But, unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a track record of not going after big-time free agents. They
Joe Hayden?
Yeah, but that one was a little bit – they traded for him, and then they signed him to an extension. They don't go after like 2 years ago, I really wanted them to go after Eric Weddle, and they didn't go after him. They prefer the smaller contracts with free agents, not like super small contracts, but you're not going to see them go sign a Le'Veon Bell type, or if Antonio Brown were a free agent. They really pride themselves on nailing their draft picks and developing them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a two-way street, because it is cool that the Steelers pride themselves so much on developing their players, but then there are free agents, like in this case with Eric Berry, that you're like, man, I really wish we would go out and sign.
You look at the NBA and guys like Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki. I remember with Kobe Bryant in his last year, every arena he went to, every away arena he got recognition because people appreciated what they did for the game and how they carried themselves. Well, except for Kobe, but they were honored for their performances in their career. And I see a tweet from Jordan McRae yesterday at 5:49 saying EB deserves more than that. Bro, this is NFL, man. They just cut you.
Yeah.
And they tell you thank you. I mean, I think Twitter gave him like a tribute or something like that, a tribute tweet. But that's how it is in the NFL, man. It's like it's cutthroat.
Is there a good way to cut a player?
What were the Chiefs supposed to do?
I'm sure they will too, but I hope that whatever team Eric Berry signs with, if they play the Chiefs this season, they have like a tribute video at the end of the first quarter or during one of the media timeouts. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But how do you cut somebody in the sense of Jordan McRae's? From a Tennessee fan's perspective, I agree with Jordan McRae. Yeah, EB deserves better. How dare they cut him? But when you look at it realistically, how do you cut somebody in a nice way?
How do you not cut someone who hasn't played that much?
And you can kind of tell what the Chiefs' business plan is just based off the fact that they cut Justin Houston. Like, Eric Berry isn't the only one getting cut.
Yeah, and Justin Houston is younger, I think. I think he's younger.
I don't know about that.
I think. But maybe I'm wrong.
He's 30, so they're about the same age.
Yeah.
Eric's about 30, I imagine. Eric Berry is 30, same age.
Yeah.
Feels like Justin Houston's been playing football forever.
Malik Jackson got cut, not because he can't play, because you go look at defensive tackles in the last couple of years and the pressures that they've had on quarterbacks, Malik Jackson's right up there at the top. Malik didn't get cut because he wasn't producing. He got cut because they had to pay him a lot of money. And so if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you just don't want to pay a lot of money for Eric when he hasn't played as much. And so this is a total business move. It's not anything disrespectful. I mean, you gotta kind of look past him getting cut and not let the emotions get the best of you. I'm more excited for Eric to go somewhere else.
New opportunities, fresh start. It shouldn't, energize him. And to your point about the money, I saw where if Eric Berry was still on the roster on Friday, that would have locked him into a $7 million contract for this upcoming season or something along those lines. So now that the Chiefs cut him, Chiefs don't have to pay that.
It's a business. It's a business. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the Barbecue Cheddar Meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End BBQ, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? If so, then call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. I take a no-nonsense approach to the real estate transaction. No fluff, just facts. Having lived and worked in the Knoxville area for 19 years, I am very familiar with the local real estate landscape and am ready to help you get the most money for your property with the least amount of hassle in the shortest amount of time. No one likes for their home to sit on the market for months at a time. If a straightforward approach to your real estate needs is what you prefer, then give me a call. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
865-250-503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline, Dead End BBQ. Man. Smoked bologna, burnt ends, smoked sausage, pulled chicken, beef brisket, St. Louis cut ribs. Can't beat it. Can't beat the sides. Pimento mac and cheese, mixed greens, beans and sausage, 3 of my favorites. You can go jalapeno cornbread, you can go Texas toast, or you can go sweet cornbread. Appetizers, you can go sausage and cheese plate. You can go barbecue nachos. If you want to get fancy, we can go tachos, which is simply replacing the tortilla chips with tater tots, and you have all the goodness of the nacho toppings on top of the tater tots. Woo!
You want to hear a fun fact? Aside from the fact that Dead End BBQ is top 100 in America.
What else?
If the Tennessee basketball team listens to the Space Jam theme song before tomorrow night's game, before Saturday's game with Kentucky or Ole Miss, before Sunday's championship game, they are guaranteed to win. It's like drinking Bugs Bunny's secret sauce, secret juice, or Michael's secret juice.
I don't think it's called secret juice though.
I think it was.
No, I don't think it was called juice, man. Stuff.
That's right.
Stuff. Secret stuff.
I got the stuff.
Secret stuff.
Maybe we need to pass a like a Gatorade bottle around in the locker room.
We need to do that.
Labeled Grant's secret stuff. I mean, he is the 2-time SEC Player of the Year, back-to-back seasons.
All we gotta do is just go out there and just play ball.
No, I agree. I think I'm serious. I really think Tennessee wins the SEC tournament. I would be surprised if they don't. I think the bracket has set up nice for them to make a nice little run.
Looks like their first game may be against Mississippi State tomorrow. I don't see how A&M is going to beat Mississippi State, but you never know what may happen. A&M beat Vanderbilt by 17, but that's not really saying much. Mississippi State should beat Texas A&M, and whoever wins that game will play Tennessee. You said this during the break that we are set up today for a great day of basketball inside the SEC and outside the SEC. But it starts at 1 p.m. today with Arkansas against Florida. It continues with Missouri versus Auburn at 3:30, and then at 7 you have Alabama and Mississippi, and then 9:30 you have Mississippi State and Texas A&M.
Which is funny because this past Saturday, Mississippi State and A&M just played each other. So State is playing A&M in back-to-back games. And State won on Saturday in Starkville, 92-81.
See what happens, man. See what happens. Tennessee was on the practice field yesterday. Pads were popping. Guys were making plays. Freshmen still trying to get everything down. I mean, it's fast paced out there. And so we do this every single year where we look at a newcomer and we think that in the first 3 days of practice, he's going to be the best player on the team and he's going to lead Tennessee to a championship. It's not the way it works. It doesn't work that way. Kavars Couch looks like he is trying to drink water from a fire hydrant right now. I do like what I've seen from Brian Maurer so far, but it wasn't like it was, 11-on-11 live ball situations where the blitz is coming and he's having to change a play and do anything like that. But he looks good throwing the football. I think he looks a little bit better than J.T. Stroud, if you ask me, right now, based on what I saw yesterday. Very impressed with Juwan Jennings and how he's carrying himself and how he's practicing. I mean, he didn't look like just a possession receiver to me. Making some really explosive plays down the football field. It's no secret I'm a big fan of Josh Palmer. Just need him to go ahead and get some of that Juwan Jennings dog in him. and he could be really, really, really good. Garantano continues to show that Callaway is his go-to receiver. I mean, like seeing the curl routes and the comeback routes, Jared throwing from the opposite hash reminded me of last season when Jared was hitting Callaway in the Auburn game and in the South Carolina game, and when you needed a first down on third down, you went to number one. So saw a lot of that yesterday. But Peru was not lying when he said that everyone's going to get reps, because everyone was getting reps yesterday. Really a fast-paced practice. All right, let's get to the phones. Let's get to Jay first. Jay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay.
How are you?
Great, man. What is on your mind?
Oh, I think we win by 15 or 20 tomorrow.
Say that again, Jay. Speak up.
I think we'll win by 15 or 20 tomorrow night.
That'd be a nice win.
Who we playing, Jay? Who you think we gonna play?
I think we'll end up playing Mississippi State.
And smash them again, huh?
Yes. And I was wondering, which game will we play in Saturday if we win?
We would play in the second game, which is 25 minutes after the 1 o'clock game.
Okay.
So probably around 3:30 Eastern time, 3:30, 3:45 Eastern time.
Okay. I figured that was the game. I was just checking because I have something to do from 12 to 2.
Well, seems like it'll work out for you to where you can get home and watch the game.
Yes. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, Jay. Let's get to Hub City. Hub City, good morning.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, you sound great. Good morning.
Good morning. I was wondering how many minutes in the SEC tournament do you think that Brad and Lucas are going to be able to play?
I'll go ahead and say they'll play 20 minutes against Kentucky on Saturday, because Tennessee is going to go ahead and hang 100 on Kentucky in the first half and just go ahead and wipe them off the floor.
They might be playing against Mississippi State if they're going to play. Maybe. But it's neutral.
5 minutes each, or?
Say that again.
I said 5 minutes each, or?
I'm sorry, man. I don't think they play at all.
Yeah, I don't think they play at all. Not necessarily because of the outcome of the game, but Rick Barnes has this philosophy. No matter the score, he just does not like to empty his bench until it's like 20 seconds left in the game, because he has this different philosophy, which I've always found intriguing, that he doesn't want to empty his bench even if the game is out of control, because he doesn't want to show up the other coach. He thinks it is disrespectful to put the walk-ons in if his team is up 15, 20 points.
Yeah, I'd heard that. Other question, y'all might have touched on this before. Why in the heck is Vanderbilt have anything on its campus called the West End when they're in the dead center of the state?
I think it's because it's on the west end of Broadway. Isn't Broadway the street that runs downtown?
I don't know. We had to ask Volstorm.
I am pretty sure that Broadway runs north and south.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
Sure.
That's a Volstorm question.
Maybe he'll call in later and give Ben some heck.
Well, whatever.
Say good morning.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Volstorm will definitely call in and give me some heck. You can bet on that. But whatever street that is that runs right in front of Bridgestone, Vanderbilt is technically on the west end of that street, so that's why they call it West End.
I mean, you and Volstorm would know.
Yeah, I would, because I pay attention to the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
You should try it sometime.
Because your nickname is Vanderbilt, and Volstorm travels to Vanderbilt at least 2 or 3 times a month. That's why y'all know.
Y'all just some haters.
865-255-03 B-Dry, waterproofing hotline. It's good to hear from Hub City. It's been a while, man. Hub City always drops great attaboys and for what's on Twitter. I don't know where he finds his stuff, but he does a great job. We really appreciate Hub City. He's awesome. 865-255-03 B-Dry, waterproofing hotline. We have Around the SEC coming up next. My goodness. Georgia and Vanderbilt. It's been a long time since I've seen 2 SEC teams that bad. And last night's games were hard to watch.
The last teams that bad were the Missouri teams under Kim Anderson.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Hour 1 continues after this.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Besides Vanderbilt stinking in basketball, we have some news and notes from around the SEC. Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is their website. 865-382-7007 is Mike's number. You call him. You need anything as far as a logo design, print design, or website design, you give Mike a call. Ben, tell us something that we don't know about what's going on in the SEC.
Okay, I can do that. And while I do that, you sit over there and look at today's SEC slate, because I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you who you think is going to win today. So Vanderbilt did lose last night, 0-19 in conference play. At one point, Savion Flagg for A&M had 26 points. Vanderbilt had 29 points at that point in the game. Vanderbilt is just absolutely horrific, but they do have an NBA prospect, which is asinine when you consider they have a legitimate NBA prospect that could be drafted in the first round, and they go 0-19 in conference play. It makes zero sense to me. Simi Sola Shatu was asked about it last night, kind of where he stands with the draft, and he said right now it's still 50-50. I'll talk to my parents now that the season is over, probably soon, and then I will go from there. But I want to focus on getting better right now. It's a family decision. I will talk to my AAU coach and get other people's opinions. But right now, I'll just stay in the gym and work on my individual game. So if I had to put money on it based off Vanderbilt's season, I would expect that Mr. Shatu declares for the draft. So interesting storyline to watch.
It's crazy how you go and you'll get opinion that you really, really value from your AAU coach. It just shows you how different football and basketball is and how influential an AAU coach really is. I mean,
I think it's cool that most of these young men have somebody else in their life that they can go to and seek advice from. It looks like Texas A&M has a primary target for its next head coach, being Buzz Williams, the coach at Virginia Tech. He was previously the coach at Marquette, also known for snitching.
On Donnie Tyndall.
On the Donnie. On the Don. Tennessee has inquired about Buzz Williams on 2 different occasions during its head coaching vacancy. Billy Kennedy's last game at A&M will probably be tonight when they lose to A&M. But Buzz was asked about the Texas A&M job, and he gave the prototypical coaching answer. No, sir, I've never commented on jobs. I don't think that's appropriate by our kids where I'm employed. That's just, I can't control what people say. I've got to make sure I'm doing my best with these guys. So an answer we all expected. Auburn has suspended its assistant coach, Ira Bowman, following allegations that he is connected to a bribery scam during his time coaching at Penn. This is the statement that Auburn had regarding Bowman's status on Wednesday. As we continue to gather info regarding a situation that recently arose, it is important that we are thorough and proactive, yet prudent and cautious. Therefore, Ira Bowman will not coach or participate in any responsibilities with the men's basketball program until we fully assess all the issues.
Bruce just got bad luck, man. There's nothing else that I can think of why trouble follows Bruce Pearl. I mean, it happened before he got here, back when he was, I think, an assistant at where was he assistant at? Because Bruce Pearl actually, back in the day, snitched on someone else, and they got in trouble. And so Bruce wasn't always a fan favorite or coach's circle favorite.
Stanford or Iowa?
Maybe when he was at Iowa. I don't know.
He was an assistant at Stanford, assistant at Iowa, head coach at Southern Indiana, head coach at Milwaukee, and then Tennessee Auburn.
Yeah, back in the day, Bruce Pearl, I think, told on Illinois.
Back in the day?
Back in the day.
Currently?
Back in the day. Back in the day, he told on Illinois. And I don't know, man. It seems like trouble always follows him. And I don't know what Auburn people are going to do, what the new AD is going to do, but that's 2 assistants that he's hired that have been caught up in this stuff. So
two different scandals too. That's the crazy part. One little football nugget before we wrap up. LSU redshirt freshman tight end Zach Sheffer has entered the NCAA transfer portal. 3rd LSU player to enter the portal this week, 5th since February 13th. Former 3-star linebacker tight end. Oh, boy, I do not know how to say that name. Dontrese Scott. And then it was former 4-star wide receiver, defensive back Manny Netherly. And then the redshirt freshman tight end Zach Sheffer entered his name. He is a former 3-star tight end out of Florida. So Coach O dealing with some transition down there. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot because, like I said, I'm going to ask you who you think is going to win today in the SEC tournament. Yesterday, as you mentioned, Missouri beat Georgia. Jordan Geis dropped 30 points, which is kind of cool because he does not have a pretty shot, but that thing goes in. And then as we've talked about, A&M took care of Vanderbilt. So Who are you liking today? Do you see any upsets amongst Arkansas, Florida, Missouri, Auburn, Alabama, Ole Miss, A&M, Mississippi State?
The only upset I guess you can call it upset, would be Arkansas over Florida, but I don't think Alabama's going to beat Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is better coached.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have better players who are bought in. I think they're playing better basketball. So I take Mississippi, Ole Miss. I'll take Auburn. There's no way in heck I'm taking Missouri over Auburn right now, and it's hard for me to believe that Texas A&M will have enough to stop Mississippi State. So if there's a upset anywhere, it would be Arkansas over Florida. Florida relies on the 3. Let's see if they make them. But Florida also has really good defense. So it would be Arkansas if I pick any. How about you?
No, I'm right there with you. I'm the exact same. And that Arkansas-Florida game should be the best game of the day. I guess Ole Miss, Alabama should be a fairly good game as well. That game means a lot for Alabama because they have to win today, beat Kentucky tomorrow in order to make the NCAA tournament. So those should be the 2 best games of the day. But I agree with you. I think it'll be all chalk except for that Arkansas-Florida game. And, I mean, that's an 8 seed versus a 9 seed, so it's kind of like a coin flip.
Yeah, Alabama needs it, or they may be calling for Avery Johnson's head.
They're already calling for Avery Johnson's head.
Yeah, well, that is right. You are true there. All right, we have Attaboy coming up next.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
It's going to be partly sunny today with a 10% chance of showers this evening. A high today of 73 with a low of 53 and an 80% chance of rain overnight. Showers likely tomorrow morning, then clearing up to a mostly sunny day with a high near 63 and a low around 36. Mostly sunny on Saturday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Thinking about trying CBD oil but not sure where to get it or who to trust for a quality supplement? Our friends at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company invite you to try their full spectrum hemp extract, available in 500 milligram and 1000 milligram strengths. They are a local company based right here in Knoxville whose crops are grown in East Tennessee. Their farmers are committed to cultivating pharmaceutical grade hemp oil that produces results. It is only available in community pharmacies where you can get questions answered by experienced professionals. If you are unsure whether or not it's okay to take hemp extract with your existing medications, pharmacists are happy to perform interaction checks that keep you safe and healthy. You can find out more by visiting or calling any of these local drugstores. Gordon's Drugstore in Carnes, Vaughn's Drugstore in Powell, Stanford Drugs in New Tazewell, or Farragut Pharmacy in Farragut. Check them out on Facebook at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company, and don't forget to hit the like button. When you buy, remember to ask for the only hemp oil that supports your health and the Power T. Tennessee Valley Hemp Company. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
Have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? Call the Low T Center and schedule a complete health assessment today. Whether you have sleep apnea and need a CPAP or have low testosterone or low thyroid levels, Low T Center will get you feeling great again. If you're a man over 30 and haven't had an annual checkup, don't wait until you feel bad. Do yourself a favor and get a quick and easy health assessment today. Services are covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Hope, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, it's time for Attaboy here in the Swain Event, where we highlight positive stories. And Ben, what do you have for us today?
I am going to a Division III District Championship, a wrestling tournament in Troy, Ohio, because at this event, there was nobody to sing the national anthem. When organizers at an Ohio District wrestling match needed a singer for the national anthem, they found a surprising candidate, one of the athletes. And according to a video that was posted on Facebook by attendee Nia Richardson, wrestler Isaac Bryant rose to the occasion at the district championship after the announcer asked if there were any singers in the house. He took the mic, and I have not listened to the video, but based off the comments and the fact that it has been viewed over 500,000 times, he was incredible. So, attaboy to him for stepping up, and who knows, maybe having a music career, singing career now, because he stepped up and sang the national anthem when nobody else in attendance was available. I thought that was a very unique story. I couldn't imagine being at a baseball game in high school and, can anybody sing the national anthem? And then me having the courage to step up and sing the national anthem. Because I know the words to the national anthem, but I think I would forget some of the words in the midst of trying to sing the national anthem by myself. That'd be very nerve-wracking. So I'm giving Mr. Isaac Bryant an attaboy. Very cool story.
I like it. When two sons could not be with their dad for his birthday, they took out a billboard asking for help. An amused father has been given a very singular birthday gift, courtesy of his two adult sons. Since Chris and Mike Ferry, who both live in Florida, they were sad they could not be with their father, who lives in Linwood, New Jersey, for a special day. As kids, they would always celebrate their devoted dad's birthday by going out to dinner and alerting the restaurant staffers of the special occasion, so they would make a fuss on his behalf, like sing to him and stuff like that, which is always fun. Because they could not continue their tradition, they decided to recruit some outside help. Their father, Christopher Ferry, was oblivious to their plans until last week when he woke up to a text message from a number he did not recognize. Thursday morning, I got a text that said, "Happy birthday." And I said, "Who is this?" The message says, "Nick." He says, "Nick who?" "Oh, you don't know me. How do you know it's my birthday?" I read it on a billboard. Sure enough, Mike and Chris had taken out an entire billboard reading, "Wish my dad a happy birthday. Love your sons." And the billboard also featured Ferry's name, face, and his telephone number. So dad got random text messages from people wishing him happy birthday because his sons got a billboard for him. That would be weird though.
That would be weird.
That'd be weird. Now you have to change your number, I guess. That would be really, really, really weird. I don't know if how happy dad was for how long. I think after an hour or so, he probably was like, all right, sons, I'm changing my number, man. That's enough.
Yeah, there was I had a classmate who I also played baseball with in high school. He was the class clown, always in trouble, always ticking people off and irritating them.
This is your friend, right?
No, he was not. He was kind of forced to be my friend because he was my teammate. But if I'm being honest, I did not like him.
Was this guy named Tren?
No.
Maffei?
It's kind of a sad story because he ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We had our differences in high school, but he was my teammate, and I spent 2 years every day with him. So, but we had our differences. But he was a prankster.
Yeah. And
there was somebody that he was not a fan of in our class, and he put their phone number on Craigslist, saying that I think that he had cows to sell.
Yeah.
And you always make fun of me for my country high school that I went to, Buckhorn High School, right there in New Market, Alabama, and across the line from Winchester, Tennessee, and Fayetteville, Tennessee, Lincoln County. And so he had all these farmers calling this kid for like a week straight trying to buy some cows or chickens or something like that. It was a farm animal. It might have been chickens, actually. But, like, he had people blowing up his phone constantly to buy some chickens.
Dude, I would be so mad.
I would have been too.
So mad. 865-200-5503 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Yeah, folks really mad at the Chiefs, man. I mean, why are you mad at the Chiefs? Eric can go somewhere else and play. 31 other teams he can play for.
Okay, we have breaking news. Volstorm knows how to use technology and send a text message. I didn't know that this was possible. He has a comment on the text box. Wow. I didn't know Volstorm knew how to use technology other than Twitter.
What did he say? Was he nice?
No, of course he wasn't. He took a dig at me. He said, "Nobody wants to hear me sing." His exact wording was, "No one wants to hear you sing anything, Ben." This is very true, but very rude.
I got to side with Volstorm on that one.
Nobody wants to hear you sing either.
That's right. That's right. I'm not a singer. Oh, man. Fly TN says Broadway runs northeast to southeast. No one cares, though. It's 0-18 Vanderbilt. Mr. Fair said, whatever happened to Drew Richmond?
Transferred.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's modeling.
I don't know what he's doing. I have no clue. He wasn't out there yesterday, so I've already kind of moved past Drew Richmond, to be honest. I don't even keep up with Drew Richmond anymore, to be honest. Not trying to be mean. Hour 2 coming up.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union has helped people save money for almost 80 years. Whether it's free checking, financing a vehicle, or purchasing that new home, Alcoa 10 is here to help you. Better rates, better service. Check them out at atfcu.com.
Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Member NCUA.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown or turnover, that is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. The big news in Vol Nation, been Eric Berry being released by the Kansas City Chiefs. It is Pro Day too, but
Pro Day? What's that?
No one's really talking about that much.
What do they do on Pro Day? I'm not aware of this. What is Pro Day? Professional day, like where they work on resumes and interviewing and going out in the real world looking for a job? Is this what Pro Day is?
Man, might as well be today.
How to tie a tie?
Might as well be. Might as well be. Eric Berry, touchdown turnover. He will either play for the Browns or the Atlanta Falcons. Touchdown turnover. You taking the Falcons-Browns combination or you taking the field? Touchdown turnover. Eric Berry will play for the Atlanta Falcons or the Cleveland Browns.
I'll say touchdown, although it would probably be smarter to take the field. The Falcons could use some help on defense, quite frankly. So I could definitely see him wanting to go home. And I think for the Falcons, not only does it make sense on the football field, but it also makes sense business-wise in the sense of selling tickets, selling jerseys, things of that nature. Eric Berry would be a great ambassador for the Falcons, and we always like to joke on Stokes about the Falcons and rip on the Falcons, but that would be cool to see Eric Berry rocking a Falcons jersey. And then with the Browns, I think the Browns are a good fit, but apparently John Dorsey is trying to go after the other safety. Demarius Randall, I believe is his name. So I think the Browns are a good fit as well. I'll go touchdown, although it'd probably be smarter for me to take the field simply because that's 30 teams he could sign for versus 2. But I'll go touchdown. It'll be the Browns or the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go turnover. I wish it's gonna be the Falcons. Something else to think about. Remember, the Browns gave Evan Berry opportunity, signed him as an undrafted free agent. So
that was my first thought yesterday when I saw that Evan Berry was linked to the Browns. But
I mean, I don't know, man. Eric is not healthy. He's not been healthy, and so that's the most important thing about a player. They don't care about what you did for them before. They don't care about how great of a guy you are. Like, you're getting paid to produce, and if your production doesn't match the paycheck, then they're going to cut you. The Cowboys cut Dez Bryant not too long ago. They will cut you. You have to produce if you want the big money. But I'm just going based on numbers here, and I'm going to go turnover. I think someone else would sign him. That is if he wants to continue to play football. I think he should, and I think the Eric that I've kind of watched and grown to know accepts challenges, and this is just another challenge. This is nothing for him. I mean, Eric beat cancer and came back and played football at a high level. Who does that?
Very few people.
Yeah.
There's only 2 people in the NFL. Eric Berry, James Conner.
Unreal. So I think we all can agree that we are rooting for Eric Berry. We are rooting for him. People freaking out about Admiral Schofield's finger?
Yeah. The Tennessee basketball account tweeted out a picture of the Admiral arriving in Nashville. Not just the Admiral, but, kind of saying, hey, your basketball team has arrived in Nashville. Their direct quote was, "Nashville, we've arrived." And it was a picture of Admiral Schofield getting off the bus, holding 2 bottles of water. He had his AirPods in, and what was it? His ring finger is on his left hand is taped up, bandaged up pretty good. So I don't know. Maybe he just jammed his finger in practice this week. Maybe he cut his finger chopping up some carrots last night. Who knows what happened? But people are freaking out. I don't know about freaking out, but people are, what's wrong with Admiral's finger? Which it's a fair question.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right. Now, you kind of talked about it during the break with me. Why is Admiral tweeting out those sick emojis the other day?
You know what that's gonna do. You know people gonna just insert their theories, and I mean, I don't know, man. Just if you don't feel good, why put it out there? First of all, that's the same thing as an injury. You know, if you don't feel good, and I hope that it's nothing. I really hope. I think he put out like a sick emoji, and then there's actually 2 sick emojis, but whatever. I just hope that he didn't just tell everybody else how he doesn't feel good. Like, why? That's like telling the opponent, "Hey, man, my ankle's sore, so run past me and test my ankle." It just doesn't make sense to me. But
I know one thing: the replies to the tweet are hilarious.
People freaking out.
Not freaking out, just kind of. I volunteer as tribute. Please be okay. It's funny.
I mean, why put that out? But whatever. I still love Admiral, man.
And who knows? Maybe he had a a bad day. Maybe saw some things that he didn't want to see in his personal life. You know, Admiral has friends. Admiral has a boo. Maybe he saw things that he didn't see or he didn't want to see that he didn't like.
Maybe.
And it made him want to see. Literally, as I'm saying that, Ball Coach 5 on the text box, subtweeting a chick. I thought the same thing too.
Maybe.
I was an immature young man in high school.
Maybe.
We've all been there.
Maybe. I hope that he wasn't telling the world that he didn't feel good.
I think
around tournament time, because I mean, you're giving other team ammunition.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Now I will say my first thought when I saw this was, oh God, Admiral has the flu, because Jordan Bone had it, then Kyle Alexander had it. Now Chad Newman, Tennessee's trainer, I believe Rick Barnes told this story. As soon as they found out Kyle had the flu, the trainer went straight to Kyle's dorm room and just scrubbed the entire place. But you know who rooms with Kyle Alexander?
Admiral.
Mm-hmm. So my initial thought was, oh my gosh, Admiral has the flu. That was my first thought. But hopefully he's just subtweeting a chick like Ball Coach 5 says.
I hope so, man. I hope so. 865-250-5503 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. I'm ready, man. I'm ready for Tennessee basketball. It was weird being in practice yesterday. I'll be honest.
Your first comment when you walked up to me, man, I'd much rather be watching basketball right now.
I know, man. I know.
I was laughing. I thought it was funny.
But I mean, I was there for a long time yesterday. I was hanging out, talking with VFL former Tennessee DB Terry Brown, who is just finished up his 13th year as an NFL referee. And we're just talking about just officiating and how hard it is. And there's a human element, and kind of he's letting me know about how the NFL is like very, very strict on their refs, and like you are held accountable for every call that you make. And that's different than college, because NFL, they hire their refs full time.
Mm-hmm.
And SEC football refs, they are subcontractors. They're not hired full time.
Like right now, they are as we speak right now, they are working their 9 to 5.
Yeah. And I mean, they referee in the SEC like it's a hobby. They get paid, but they're subcontracted. So if you are graded each game like the NFL refs are, if you don't grade well, then you don't work other games. You're suspended or you get fined. And so there's an accountability model in the NFL that we lack in the college game. Mm-hmm. And I think there's more complaining, more calls being blown at the college level than at the professional level. And it ain't even close.
No, and that's why I've always said, can we please hire these officials full time? Because I don't think that it is going to get better just with part-time referees. Like I think in order to get as perfect of a situation as you can, as close to the refs being perfect, you have to hire them full time. And all off season long, them just working, practicing, discussing. That's always been my opinion. You have to find a way to hire them all the time. And with the money that the SEC is turning out, you can't convince me that they can't hire the referees full time.
It's going to take a team to lose like the New Orleans Saints lost in the playoffs. It's going to take that,
which is sad. And even at that point, that may not even do it. What has the NFL really done since the Saints situation? Granted, there's still a lot of time left in the offseason, but the NFL, I don't see any signs of them trying to make a change.
It's like it's like when your gas meter says you're at half a tank, and you say, "Well, man, I'm good, but I could keep driving this thing," and then you get to a quarter of a tank. Okay, I'm good. But when that light comes on,
you got to find a gas station.
You better find
ASAP.
a gas station. And some folks will still drive when the light's on. And then you're surprised when you run out of gas. Well, we know we have a problem with officiating inside the SEC when it comes to football. But they're going to wait until there's a major, major controversial call that's going to cost the team a game or a chance to win a championship. And then they're going to take action. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
Oh, I agree with you.
It's like our southern relatives. They don't wait. I mean, they wait until they get that bad news from the doctor before they start eating healthy.
That is very true.
They wait. They wait till the last minute. Oh, the number's a little high.
I don't feel like dying at this age.
Let me go ahead and get a gym membership. Let me go ahead and eat a couple salads. But you don't do that before. You don't practice preventative medicine. You wait till the last minute. And I'm telling you, the SEC is doing the same thing. Why flip everything right now? It hasn't cost them anything. So,
yeah.
But that was what I was doing in practice. I was talking to Terry Brown, and I get like a little kid in the candy shop when I'm around Vols that played before me. And I get a chance to learn about them and ask them about guys they played with. You know, I was asked about Reggie White because Terry Brown played with Reggie White.
That's very cool.
And then, but I was watching practice, and what I saw was Jawan Jennings making plays
in the slot.
No surprise there. He was in the slot. He was in the slot working, but the plays I saw him making was him on the outside. I saw Brian Mallard make some really great throws, scrambling, placing the ball in the right place.
Which this is why I hate, the fact that we only get to see 10 minutes or so, because Brian Mallard didn't look bad in the open portion that we got to see, but he didn't look great either. He was just inconsistent, what you would expect from an early enrollee freshman. So
fourth practice too.
Yes, and so I hate that. That is one of the things about the observations after practice and things of that nature, because we only see 10 minutes and it's them warming up, and really that's not the meat of practice. So Brian Mallard could be inconsistent during routes versus air and then go out in 11-on-11, 7-on-7 and make some really nice throws, which is what you got to see.
Yeah, well, fourth day of practice, I'm going to break some news to you. Most of the guys are going to be inconsistent right now.
Correct.
Because it's new. There's a lot of new stuff being thrown at them. It is fast-paced. It's up-tempo. You're getting reps. You're getting 1,000 reps. There's no standing and watching, waiting for the other guy to get his reps. No, everyone's getting reps at the same time. And so There's going to be times when guys look great, and there's going to be times when you mess up, and so that's why you get those reps. That way you can clean up anything that you have problems with. But I thought Jared had command of the offense. He looks like the starter to me. Ty Chandler looks just as quick as he did last year with the added weight. Kavari's Couch doesn't look like a freshman out there, a true freshman, but I mean he doesn't look like he is physically superior to anyone else either. I mean, he looks just like a normal dude who is here for his fourth practice as a true freshman that should be in high school right now. And so he's learning how to practice and go full speed without going and tackling people to the ground. Like, he's learning how to do that, which all freshman defenders have to learn how to do that. That's not easy because you're so used to going full speed and tackling and taking guys to the ground. And all freshman defenders have to learn how to execute great practice etiquette. And we heard that from the previous coach, and that's true. You gotta know how to practice. You can't hit your own guys when they hung up on a pass or when they're not looking. You want to thud and wrap up and then let them go and let them finish. Let them finish their run or let them finish their catch or whatever. But I thought the defense had a better day. I thought they competed, made some plays offensively. And we had some nice runs from Jeremy Banks. Actually, Jeremy Banks had a nice run. Alante is proven that he's going to be one of the best corners in the league. He's even more confident than he was last year, and he has every right to be confident because he's a true freshman playing at a high level. Bryce Thompson graded out higher per Football Focus, but Alante has that swag, man. He has that swag.
He's got that Sean Taylor swag.
Yeah, he got that swag.
D'Angelo Gibbs made a nice one-handed catch on the sideline.
Yeah, he's not fluid as a wide receiver right now. So you
can tell he's played defense the last 2 years.
Yeah, he is learning. He's learning. When the ball's in the air, he's a great athlete. He's gonna get the ball, but technique-wise, he's not there yet as a wide receiver. But what do you expect? This is, again, they just finished up their fourth practice. So no team in the country is ready to play today.
And I'll say this about D'Angelo Gibbs. I don't know that it's a bad thing if he has to sit out this year, because then I believe he can redshirt, take the Jalen Hurd route where he learns the position for a year, comes back, and should be a fluid receiver the next 2 years. So
I think that's the best option.
I do too. Now, would it be great to have an extra body? Sure, but I don't think Tennessee's receiver room necessarily needs him like the defensive line needs Aubrey Solomon.
You know what I would rather have? I would rather have in 2 years or 3 years Tennessee's pro day to have a player that has a chance of getting drafted.
Oh, that's what pro day is?
Yeah.
That's the thing where they run the 40 and.
Yeah, I would rather sit D'Angelo Gibbs out if he's not ready, him learn how to play the position, and then be like Jalen Hurd. I saw, and I follow Receiver School on Twitter, they were highlighting one of Hurd's routes. And I remember when he decided to make the switch from running back to wide receiver. And I was like, man, I don't see it. Cole Kubelik said the same thing. I was like, I don't see it, man. I don't know, man. 240 pounds, you just going to switch to wide receiver. And Hurd always had the best hands on our team. Always. Best hands. Easy. Jalen Hurd is one of the best receivers in his draft, actually.
He's going to have a 10-year NFL career.
I mean, dude has a chance to be like Anquan Bolden. Big body, tough as all get out, great strong hands. I mean, Jalen Hurd looks really good. But it took Jalen Hurd a year sitting out, learning the position, training, getting used to the different movements that it takes versus playing running back. I think D'Angelo Gibbs would benefit in a huge way sitting out a year if he's not ready. But you just never know. Jennings can get hurt. He got hurt beginning of 2017. Callaway can get hurt. I mean, he's had like 3 or 4 concussions. Anything can happen. But I think the best situation for D'Angelo Gibbs is to sit out a year and then come back ready, understanding the position, knowing how to run routes, be good to go. West Tennessee Vol says, did you see Gibbs one-handed catch? Heard that he may have problems being eligible. Yeah, he might. And the one-handed catch in the game would probably have been ruled a complete pass, to be honest. I saw the referee do like that. But it was a great catch. Great catch.
If it doesn't count in the game, is it a catch?
It's not a catch. But it was a great. But it was a
great backyard catch.
It was a great backyard catch. What people don't realize though in practice, there's real referees there. So, was it a catch or not? Technically, it wasn't, but he did catch it. It was just out of bounds.
I don't know. Austin Price or somebody posted a video of it yesterday.
Did he have more than one?
No, it's the same one. It kind of looked like he got his foot in bounds because when I saw it live, it happened right in front of you and I was like, oh, he didn't get that foot in bounds.
Looked out of bounds to me.
I'll have to go back and check the tape.
It's still just a great play.
A positive sign.
Yeah, still a great play. Regardless of if it was in and out, we can always teach you how to tap your toe.
Correct.
We can't teach you how to catch the ball one-handed like that. That's hand-eye coordination. Some things you just can't teach. Hour 2 continues right after this.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Top 100 Barbecue Restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the Barbecue Cheddar Meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End Barbecue, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Townsend family had to say.
After having listed our home with another agent, Jennifer's marketing approach was a breath of fresh air. She priced our home competitively, strategized the best time to list, and began planning our open house. She aggressively negotiated with the buyer and kept us informed during the entire process. Jennifer took away the stress of selling our home, and we would not hesitate to use her again in the future.
Are you ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, with Keller Williams Realty at 865-694-5904.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
I mean, what are we at, a cheerleading competition, Ben?
I'm actually disappointed I played this because it brings back bad memories of all the Lady Vols games I had to sit through, because this is the song they play at the opening tip.
God, this is bad, man. What's this
song? As Volstorm said, it's a jock jam.
Golly, Ben, this is bad, man. You're better than this. This is not a good performance by you.
I was trying to pump us up. It's pump up music.
No, it's not.
Look,
this is 2019.
As I've said 1,000 times, YouTube, I have to pick the first instrumental of the day. Usually YouTube recommends something, and so I picked that one, and then on the side, as we all know, YouTube recommends about 15 to 20 videos, and whatever's on the side, I just kind of click on it.
Well, that's because you started today with that Space Jam song. That was your first mistake right there.
I mean,
Tennessee's not even playing. That's for special occasions.
They will tomorrow, though.
Yeah, but we do a show tomorrow.
We do have a special occasion. Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, the cancers of the Pittsburgh Steelers, are no longer there, so we can play Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow.
You can do that, man. Not jock jams. The same song that the Lady Vols play. That's probably why they're not good this year.
This is very true.
That's probably why.
Never mind the fact that Holly Warlick failed to recruit a competent post player and doesn't have any discipline. Speaking of which, Selection Monday is on Monday. It looks like the Lady Vols are going to make the tournament.
I will say this. I'm glad that I'm not in Coach Fulmer's shoes.
I mean, it's an easy decision. How you go about doing it makes it difficult, but the decision to make is easy.
I don't think it's cut and dry for Coach Fulmer, man.
I understand, but
it should be. But
anybody who has watched the Lady Vols the past 2 seasons understands it's an easy decision. I think it would be a horrid mistake to bring her back, and that is with all due respect to Holly Woodley, because she is a very nice human being. She has given a lot to this basketball program, to this community,
to the game.
To the game in general, correct.
Yeah, to the women's game.
Exactly.
And I'll say this, and we'll move on. You can just tell the difference in when commentators are talking about the Lady Vol basketball program. They don't criticize Holly Warwick at all because there's a respect factor. You can tell. I remember when in 2017, football team, and Gene Chisholm was talking about Tennessee. He was like, yeah, Butcher will be sitting next to me next year. This continues. It's just different. It's different. There's a respect level for the game. Carol Lawson's uncomfortable. Tamika Catchin's uncomfortable. Courtney Lyle's uncomfortable. Everyone's uncomfortable. Simply coming out and saying, oh, yeah, Holly ain't going to be there next year. You can just tell. And so, yeah, it's not easy, but, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. 9 seasons, 440 tackles, 14 interceptions. Kansas City Chiefs, man, they show love on Twitter and simply said, "Thank you, EB." I don't understand why people are upset.
I think because he was set to have $7 million guaranteed on Friday. Some people view it as poor taste. Some people, not all. Some people.
How much again?
7.25.
$7.25, like $7.25, or $7 million.
7.25 million.
Y'all do understand the NFL is a business, right?
Eric Berry's played in 3 games the last 2 seasons.
I mean, come on, guys, come on now.
And they just signed the Honey Badger.
Come on, let's take off the orange silicone glasses here. Come on, like you kind of have to understand. Like, why would you not want to save $7 million? Why would you not? Anyone would do that. And that, if you were in the Kansas City Chiefs place. I'm just happy that Eric Berry has an opportunity to go and make an impact somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has an opportunity to do that in Atlanta, Cleveland. He can go win a championship possibly or compete for one with the Patriots. I know people hate the Patriots, but whatever. You don't hate Jerome Mayo. Jerome Mayo, one of the best Tennessee Volunteers ever, that did everything right on and off the football field, model citizen. But Jerome Mayo got lost in the shuffle a lot because he wasn't like all in your face. He wasn't tweeting. He just went about his business each and every day and did the right things and went home. That was Jerome Mayo here at Tennessee. That's what he did with the Patriots. I think the Patriots would be a good spot for Eric Berry.
I do too.
I think the Steelers would be a really cool place for Eric Berry, to be honest.
That would be awesome.
That would be really cool.
Now the other 2 names that have been thrown out there, 2 teams rather, are the Cowboys and the 49ers, because both of them need safeties, and both of those teams were going after Earl Thomas before Mr. Thomas decided to sign with the Ravens. So 49ers, I don't really want to see Eric Berry with the 49ers for the simple fact I don't want to see him waste at least 2 years of his career for a crappy football team. The 49ers would be, the Cowboys would be cool. Then you'd have 2 VFLs on the team with Jason Witten and Eric Berry. But here's what needs to happen. Tennessee needs to put some more folks in the league because Jason Witten, he's not going to be in the league for much longer, 1 more year. Eric Berry isn't going to be in the league that much longer. Peyton isn't in the league anymore. Arian Foster is not in the league anymore. We've got Alvin. We've got good old Alvin and Derek Barnett, but let's put some more in the league, please. That way Jeremy Pruitt can point to them in recruiting and say, look at those guys. They came to Tennessee. They were built by Tennessee. Tennessee tough. Hashtag Tennessee tough.
Yeah. I got a still photo of D'Angelo Gibbs, one-handed catch. Listen, we ain't trying to do an instant replay or anything. It ain't that serious.
We were talking about officiating.
We were standing there watching it. It was a great play. The route could have been a little bit better. He'll get coached on that. He has a chance to be really, really good. There's no reason to force him in right now if he's not ready as a wide receiver. Switch it over from DB. There's a new offense he has to learn, and for some guys it's easier to pick up than others. And I hope if he's ready to go, he plays. I thought he bobbled it on the sideline. Again, I don't care. He's a good player, but he is not right now. He's not better than Juwan. He's not better than Josh Palmer. He's not better than Brandon Johnson. He's not better than Jordan Murphy. He's not better than Callaway. Not right now.
We'll just give him the catch anyways,
he has a chance though, because I think he has more tools than Brandon Johnson. I think he has more tools than Jordan Murphy. He has more tools than some other guys that are in front of him. But once he learns the playbook and once he understands how to run routes and leverage and how to change directions, watch out.
And which is why I said last segment, I think he would actually benefit from not being eligible this year, because then he can redshirt this year, and then I believe he'll have 2 years after that to where he can really fine-tune his craft, kind of like Jalen Hurd did. I mean, Jalen Hurd needed that year off in order to kind of switch positions.
I wonder how many years he has left. I want to say, does he have?
I think this would be his junior year. But because if he transferred, that counts as his redshirt year, I believe. So I believe he would be a redshirt junior when he was eligible.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many years he has left. I would hate for him to spend a year like a freshman, basically drinking out of a fire hydrant, burning your eligibility, but not really doing much because you're still learning. Like most freshmen when they play early, I would want him to have 2 full years where he's playing fast and knowing what he's doing, and he feels, I want him to have like a Jalen Hurd year,
right?
Where Jalen only had 1 year of what he did at Baylor. I want D'Angelo Gibbs to have 2 years of what Jalen Hurd did at Baylor.
Right, which he is a redshirt sophomore. D'Angelo Gibbs is. So essentially, you can count this year as a wash, use this year, whether he's eligible or not, to really fine-tune his craft and adjust to the position. And then he would have his redshirt junior season and his redshirt senior season beginning next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of value in sitting out. Redshirting, sitting out a year, there's a ton of value because you get a chance to just sit back, go to class, grind, work your tail off, learn from your teammates, and then have 2 full seasons of where you are absolutely playing fast and know what you're doing. I remember being a freshman, and all I think about was, hey, man, I just got to line up right. Oh, I got to run the right route. Oh, I just can't mess up. If I would have redshirted, man, I would have had 4 full years where I was playing fast and, playing confident. Not saying I wasn't confident as a freshman, but it's just different, man. It's just really, really different. There's a lot of value in redshirting and sitting out. And today, kids don't really see that because all they think about is playing early, and they want to post an Instagram video of them playing early. That's what they care about. And I was talking to Terry Brown yesterday, and he was a guy who came in as a quarterback and started all 4 years after redshirting his first year. He came in as a quarterback in Tony Robinson's class. And you know what happens when you come in and there's another quarterback that's good, you get moved. Ask CJ Faden, because he came in, I want to say, with Casey Clausen and started off at quarterback before they moved him to wide receiver. So the point is, man, there's value in sitting out. There's value in redshirting, and there's this perception like that you're not good enough, or oh man, you redshirting. No, man, redshirt can help you in a huge way, and actually can set you on a path to being successful and going to the NFL. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Stay with us. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Thinking about trying CBD oil but not sure where to get it or who to trust for a quality supplement? Our friends at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company invite you to try their full spectrum hemp extract, available in 500 milligram and 1,000 milligram strengths. They are a local company based right here in Knoxville whose crops are grown in East Tennessee. Their farmers are committed to cultivating pharmaceutical grade hemp oil that produces results. It is only available in community pharmacies where you can get questions answered by experienced professionals. If you are unsure whether or not it's okay to take hemp extract with your existing medications, pharmacists are happy to perform interaction checks that keep you safe and healthy. You can find out more by visiting or calling any of these local drugstores: Gordon's Drugstore in Carnes, Vaughn's Drugstore in Powell, Stanford Drugs in New Tazewell, or Farragut Pharmacy in Farragut. Check them out on Facebook at Tennessee Valley Hemp Company, and don't forget to hit the like button. When you buy, remember to ask for the only hemp oil that supports your health and the power T. Tennessee Valley Hemp Company. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Guys, have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? It could be low T or something else like sleep apnea or even low thyroid. It starts with a quick and easy health assessment to better understand your health. And now they treat more than just low T, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, and more. It is covered by most health insurance. So if you've been feeling grumpy, tired, have you noticed a weight gain or loss of muscle, call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Eight 250 B Dry Waterproofing Hotline. I got an email. I've also got a tweet about D'Angelo Gibbs' catch from the video that Ron Callahan posted yesterday. Sorry, guys.
It wasn't a catch.
It wasn't a catch.
He was bobbling it as he went out of bounds.
I'm sorry to break this to you. It's not a catch in the game. They're not going to call that a catch. Sorry. It's not a catch. I figured what I saw in real time was right, but you just never know. But he bobbled it. It's not a catch. You can't bobble it on your way out of bounds. So I was talking to Ben during the break about this, and I'm looking at Ryan's tweet, and it says Georgia transfer former DB made a one-handed grab. That was one of the highlights of today's practice. And I was like, man, it stinks that you only have this short window of watching practice, because really that wasn't one of the highlights of practice. It's just one of the highlights that was able to be viewed by the media.
It was the highlight of what we saw.
Because it's just routes versus air. And the plays that I remember from practice of guys making highlight plays, not one play was routes versus air. It's no one guarding you. There's no one around. So, of course, you should make that play. It should look great. And I think some of the practice reports, and it's not the media's fault because they're only reporting what they see, which is not a lot. I think some of them are over-exaggerated a little bit because they don't get a chance to see much. And that's why I hate that about football, even though I understand it. Like, there's no good side, bad side. There's not. Like, I understand why football coaches are paranoid and don't want people to see anything. But I also understand media, they have a job to do, and they want to get more access and give more information to their listeners and their fans and their readers. I totally get both sides. I do. But, sorry, that wasn't a catch.
Yeah. He was bobbling it out of bounds. And that is the con of the observation pieces after practice. Like, look, I contribute to them as well, but I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of writing them, not in the sense of doing my job, but because we only get to see a 10-minute portion of practice, and that 10 minutes that we get to see doesn't define, if if Brian Maurer had a great day or not. When I saw Brian Maurer, he was inconsistent. That doesn't mean that he was inconsistent the rest of practice. I mean, practice is what, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And so I get to see 10 minutes of it, and then I'm taking to pen and paper and writing down that I saw Brian Maurer be inconsistent. I don't think that's very fair to him. But because that's the only part that I get to see, I don't have a choice but to write that. And so that is where I do side with Barry Odom and wish that all the practices were open to the media, because then you wouldn't have that problem. Because I do think it's unfair to the kid. Because, like, if I see Jordan Murphy drop 3 straight passes and I write that down, and that was what I saw in the 10 minutes I got to see, and then he goes out and makes Sports Center top 10 catches the rest of practice
versus like a DB
and I didn't see that and I didn't get to write that, then what do the fans see? The fans see, oh, Jordan Murphy dropped 3 passes in routes versus air.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing good. Whereas in reality, he actually had a really good practice.
Yeah.
So that is the one pro and con to having practice open to the media.
That's why you got to take it with a grain of salt. You just do. If you're a Tennessee fan and you get in these videos, you get in practice reports based on what the media saw in a short 10, 15 minutes, it's good to see, but you still have to take it with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Football is an 11-on-11 game, period.
Yeah.
It's not a routes versus air game. It's not a 7-on-7 game. It is an 11-on-11 where dudes are trying to knock each other's heads off. And so it's cool to see D'Angelo Gibbs running routes and things like that, and Jawan Jennings, running go patterns, and the quarterback's lofting the ball up and just hitting that red line, which is drawn out on the field, which is 5 yards from the sideline, giving the quarterback a target to hit, so that way we can properly fade the wide receiver, and the receiver can catch the ball in the outside shoulder. But in the game, number one, you got to have a pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, DB is going to be trying to push you and pin you to the sideline, so you have to work your release. It's just the route versus air. It's just not realistic in the game. Now,
it's like a good warm-up, a glorified warm-up.
But you have to do them. You always have to do route versus air, because you're going to have off coverage sometimes, and it's going to feel like route versus air. You're going to have off coverage versus a slant, and it's going to feel like route versus air. You're not going to have any resistance from the DB. All you have to do is just run through a window or two. But I just don't want folks to just over exaggerate the route versus air period and get your expectations either up or down when it doesn't always translate to the game. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't translate to the game, because you got to have route versus air. It's very, very important. You got to do them. But just take it with a grain of salt. It's just what I'm saying. Just what I'm saying. 865-200-5503, B Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End BBQ. Who we got there?
We've got Matt.
Let's get to Matt. Matt, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, Matt?
I was just calling to see if y'all have heard anything on the eligibility of Solomon and Gibbs.
No, not yet. We had Austin Price on yesterday, asked him the same thing, and haven't. I know those guys are practicing, but have not been given a green light on whether or not they are eligible. It's weird because Justin Fields lawyered up, and he was eligible immediately there at Ohio State, leaving from Georgia, and I don't think Tennessee's players got a lawyer or anything to speed the process up. So they are in a wait-and-see mode. I think Aubrey Solomon has a better chance than D'Angelo Gibbs.
I think it's ridiculous that players should even, have to worry about it. I mean, if you want to go to another school and play right away, I don't see the problem in it. Like, I don't understand why they got to jump through hoops in order to, get eligibility.
I think it's I think it's something that you really have to be cautious of, because if you just let everyone just leave and play immediately, then you truly have a free agency, wild west. Because if I'm at a school and the coach does me wrong, and I feel like I can still play in this conference, yes, I'm going to play in the conference, but now I want to play against you. What if you had 10 players a season doing that? I mean, it would be crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never looked at it like that because I guess it's in place to prevent players that commit to school just having to change the heart the very next year, and then like you said, got players going everywhere. So
yeah, I think like one or two, I think that's okay. But if you can get one or two doing that, who's to say that 10 won't do it? 10 players won't do it, and that's the last thing you want if you are an SEC commissioner. 10 players transferring inside the conference from one team, and I mean that would be crazy. That would be crazy. So I think
what's the circumstantial guidelines on that, Swain? Like, I don't know much about it. Like, is there certain rules and stuff before you're allowed to transfer, or how is it now?
I mean, you can transfer. There's no restrictions on transfers now. You can transfer, like you go in the portal, you can transfer wherever. The only question is when you are granted immediate eligibility. And
now, what is the? I mean, I guess that's what I was asking. Like, what makes you eligible immediately versus having to sit out a year? What's the
hardship waivers? So, like, if you have a family member who is ill, something like that.
Or in the case of Justin Fields, somebody called you a racist term.
I mean, if that's the case, then a lot of other people should be eligible because that goes on more than people know. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure someone said something to Auburn Solomon when he was up in Michigan. So he should be immediately eligible. Let's go. And since go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
The Gibbs and Solomon, what is their reasons for transferring?
Well, I mean, Solomon, coming from Michigan, so I guess he can say he wants to be closer to home. I mean, I guess. I don't know what Tennessee's side is on that or what Tennessee's going to try to say. I don't know how Gibbs will be able to use that. I mean, he's from Georgia. It's only 3 hours away from the house. I don't know. I don't know what Tennessee's trying to say to make him eligible right now.
Yeah, I saw a video earlier of him playing wide receiver. I thought he was a DB at Georgia.
No, he came in as a wide receiver. He's played wide receiver ever since he arrived at Tennessee. But, yes, he did play DB at Georgia. Had a little trouble picking up the system and, being a student athlete and doing everything right. And he's getting a second chance to be a student athlete again in the SEC. But he's just playing a different position at wide receiver.
Right. All right, one more quick question. I'll
yes,
get
sir.
off here. What is the status, or have you heard anything on Trey Smith? And out of the freshman class, who do you think would be like an immediate impact player for us this year?
Trey Smith is working on the side. He's doing everything everyone else is doing except for the contact. So Pruitt said that he has aspirations to play again, and that's what he wants to do. So he's working on the side, just doesn't engage in contact drills. And as far as freshmen, I mean, how can you not look at Wanye Morris as the guy because he's here as an early enrollee. You already have teammates commenting on his performance and how he's doing, and he's going to be given every opportunity to be the starter at tackle. So,
left tackle.
Yeah, left, right. I mean, I think it's Wanye. I think he's the one guy. Eric Gray he's sidelined with something. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not 100%. And
Kavarius Crouch would be the other one.
Yeah. I mean, Crouch is going to be given every opportunity to be successful at linebacker. But if I had to pick one and put my money on it, it would be Wanye. It would be. I do like Jada McCullough too. I like him at safety.
Coaches really like him as well.
Yeah, I like him too because he can contribute on special teams too. All right, let's go to that Volstorm next.
No, Josh in Virginia and then Volstorm.
Josh in Virginia. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, I apologize if you already answered this or not, but if Gibbs and Solomon are determined not to be eligible, does that mean they have to stop practice, or are they still able to go out there like everybody else?
They can still practice, so they'll be on the scout team.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be on the scout team. And that's what Hurd did at Baylor. I know there's some folks who just did not want to keep up with Jalen Hurd, but that's something that he said that he's on the scout team. He got a chance to learn a lot during his move from running back to wide receiver, and that's what Solomon and Gibbs would do if they were deemed ineligible. They would simply just help get the starters and the second team guys prepared for each game every week. So they'll just be kind of like practice squad players, I guess.
Sounds good. Well, I don't want to take up Volstorm's time, but Ben, if you're looking for a honeymoon spot, Mexico's the place to go, man. It's awesome down there.
Ooh, that's a good one. We did book a cruise, a 6-day cruise to like Grand Turk and those places. But I've always wanted to go to Mexico on vacation.
Well, we were supposed to go on a cruise and it got canceled last minute. That's why we had to go to Mexico. But you'll be fine with either one. But you guys have a great day. Appreciate you.
You too, man. Thank you so much. Let's get to the one, the only Volstorm. Volstorm, good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling about the chickens. Y'all got chickens to sell?
Yeah, we got some chickens. They frozen though. Got some chicken thighs here in the freezer. They frozen. You got to thaw them out on your own though. And the packages have open. They 45% off.
Speaking of that, Volstorm, do you mind DMing me your phone number in case I ever need to reach out to you about anything?
You ain't right.
Yeah, that's not happening. Boys, talk about Eric Berry. As much as Eric Berry is beloved around here, and I know I'm probably going to piss a bunch of people off, but I don't care. Eric Berry was beloved around here because he played at the top of his game the whole time he was at UT.
Yes.
But the thing is he played. He wasn't injured. He wasn't battling cancer. He played.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Barry's getting toward the end of his career, people are getting upset because the Chiefs cut him. It's a business decision, boys.
It is.
And I knew when I heard about him, what was it? Him getting an extra $7 million or something if he wasn't cut by Friday or whatever that was. I knew right then and there the Chiefs were going to cut it because they're trying to build for the future. They're trying to bring in new talent. They're wanting to play for a championship.
Yeah, their window's now. Actually, that's why they got rid of Alex Smith. They got to go now. This is their chance. Because what's going to happen is guys like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, guys who've been playing really well, you're going to have to pay them big money soon.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has probably, another 2 years before it's time for him to get paid? Maybe 3? I think first-round guys, they're on 5-year deals. So you better do it now. Remember Russell Wilson, the Seahawks won that championship when he was on his rookie deal, and then things changed. The Legion of Boom changed. The defense changed. Guys that were getting big money on defense, you weren't getting big money on defense. We had to pay the quarterback. And so you got to do it now while Patrick Mahomes is on his rookie deal.
It's funny how we get all on our feels and get nostalgic toward things, but the fact of the matter is that the reason you have guys leave early, the reason you have organizations and teams make all these decisions that upset the fans is it's a business.
It's a business.
It's just like your place of work. And if you're sitting on the – I don't care if you are the most beloved injured player on the team. If you're not out there producing, they don't need you.
Yep. Think about when Peyton Manning was let go. Like, folks was really mad at the Colts. Would you rather have Peyton for another 2 or 3 years or have Andrew Luck for 10, 12, 14, 15 years? Come on, you got to use your brain here. Like, Peyton Manning only had a few years left to go. And you had a chance to draft the best pro prospect since John Elway out of high school. Now, Andrew Luck has had injury issues, but that was a no-brainer for the Colts. And folks got mad at the Colts for making that decision. And it was the right decision for them to make.
Yeah, because, in the short term, the Colts had egg on their face, and everybody was getting on to Jim Irsay for cutting Peyton. But now you're starting to see with Luck being 100% healthy, he's going out there and producing, and he got him back in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep. It's a business, Volstorm. You said it. It's a business.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Ben, you're going on a cruise down to Mexico?
No. I'm going to Grand Turk. honestly do not know where I'm going, to be honest with you. I can consult the fiance to get the exact locations and report back to you. I just know it's a 6-day cruise, and I'm leaving out of Fort Lauderdale.
Well, let's hope she doesn't shove you off the side of the boat.
I
See you,
know.
boys.
Hopefully she doesn't wake up and go, what have I done?
What have I done?
I married Ben.
I hope she doesn't do that, because she got a job in Knoxville. She's moving to Knoxville. That'd be a egg on her face as well.
There'd be a lot of egg going around for sure on both of y'all's face, man, if that happened. But no, that won't happen. It's going to be a special event.
A special is one way to put it.
It'll be a special event. And I'll be there with my flask to celebrate.
Just don't get caught. We don't need to be paying any fines.
I'll be discreet with my flask.
We're having alcohol at the wedding.
Yeah. Not Jack Daniels, though.
I don't know. Do you know that for a fact?
I know I'll have Jack Daniels for a fact.
I know I'll be having Jack Daniels before, and I don't even drink.
I don't know about everybody else. I know I'm going to have some Jack Daniels. That's for sure. 865-250-503. Hour 3 coming up.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
It's going to be partly sunny today with a 10% chance of showers this evening. A high today of 73 with a low of 53 and an 80% chance of rain overnight. Showers likely tomorrow morning, then clearing up to a mostly sunny day with a high near 63 and a low around 36. Mostly sunny on Saturday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Be Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call Be Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. Be Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners, financing is available, and if you mention the Swain Event, Be Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call Be Dry, 865-588-0454 or online at BeDry.com.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
It is time for What here on the Swain Event, 850 AM, 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. Swain Event's fueled by Dead End BBQ. Got the new menu out. Man, I think today's a good day, possibly, Ben, to go over to Dead End BBQ, man. A lot of things are setting up for a nice lunch over there. Yeah, if you ask me.
Now, is the Bernie Mac special? Is that a special like on a day, or is it just you can get it anytime I want?
Anytime you want, man.
That means every day is a good day for Dead End.
Every day, any day, every day, you can get the Bernie Mac skillet. That is mac and cheese, topped with barbecue burnt ends, green onions, chow chow, and a barbecue wing sauce, spicy barbecue wing sauce. Woo-hoo-hoo. So good, so good. All right, what do we have for what?
Oh, my word. Plane turns around after mom realizes she left her baby at the airport. Her baby was left at the airport. A Malaysia-bound plane made a U-turn for a frantic passenger who realized that she forgot her baby back at the airport in Saudi Arabia. According to reports, the pilot of Saudi Arabian Airlines flight SV832 made the rare request to air traffic controllers shortly after takeoff when the passenger told crew members that she had left her child at the terminal in Saudi Arabia. May God be with us. Can we come back to this international airport? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The pilot asked. This flight is requesting to come back. A passenger forgot her baby in the waiting area. Poor thing. The pilot is then heard saying to the air traffic operator, "I told you a passenger has left her baby in the terminal and she is refusing to continue the flight," according to The Guardian. The flight ultimately was permitted to return to the airport. You can hear one of the air traffic controllers saying during the exchange, "Okay, head back to the gate. This is totally a new one for us." How you forget your baby at the airport? This is like me. All right, so I'm getting married on a Friday, June 28th. On June 29th, that Saturday morning, I am flying out of Atlanta. This is like me forgetting my fiance at the terminal, going to our honeymoon. But worse.
Yeah, leaving your baby is definitely worse. I just can't understand how you would do that. That's
and like this is a legit story. This is in the New York Post.
That's weird. That's weird right there.
How do you forget your baby?
That's weird. That's weird.
At an airport? In a different country?
That's a new one. That's a new one. I agree with the pilot there. That's a new one. That's a new one, man. I'm just glad that nothing bad happened and nothing happened to anyone. I just hope that everyone is safe. It sounds like everyone was okay, but that's a new one for sure. All right, let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning. Yeah, the turkey call is back.
Turkey Man, have you ever left your baby anywhere?
No. No. I tell you what, though, I did see just now. You know, I'm down here in the country, and I looked across a pasture field coming toward the road there. Of course, I was trying to get the call in, and Lost Storm had the line all messed up. It just gives a busy signal. And I looked over there, and there's a big poodle dog, one of them big, giant poodle dogs, and it had pink, something pink on it. I was around it like a little skirt or something, and pink toenails, and it was prancing and running toward the road, and there was nobody there. It was out in this pasture field, and I thought, bless your little heart, if somebody tried to dress me up like that, I'd run away too. So, but I couldn't get a picture because Lost Storm had the phone all messed up. I was trying to call in and talk to you guys.
Yeah. Lost Storm ruins a lot of things, man. Sorry about that.
Well, that's okay. I was going to ask about practice.
Practice?
Practice? We talking about practice?
Yeah, I was about practice, about football. And there's a couple questions I was going to ask. I was going to ask, how's the throw game looking if we've got that fur? And the other thing I was going to ask, we always talk about these portals, you know, everybody in a portal. Well, what is Coach Cornbread's rule or the thumb or where on the portals? If a person enters the portals, does he help them pack and does he allow them to come back? And when they go in the portal, there's no return. How does that work? You got any input on that?
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Turkey Man. Hope you're feeling better.
All right, guys, I get out of here.
If you decide to come back, then you're back and you can practice and participate with the team. But if you're in the portal and you're undecided, I wouldn't want you back on the team. Either both feet in or both feet out.
I believe Drew Richmond was given a cutoff that, okay, you have until the first day of spring or until maybe like a week or so before spring. Like, I believe leading into spring practice, Drew Richmond was given a cutoff like, hey, either you're going to come back or you're not at all.
That's what I would do.
I mean, I would too. You can't start spring practice and Drew Richmond be in the transfer portal for 3 months or so, and then it's the 7th spring practice, and all of a sudden he decides, you know what? I've been reading practice reports. The right tackle spot doesn't seem to be doing too well. I think I'm just going to stick it out and stay at Tennessee.
If you decide to stay, which, hey, you can do that. You explore your opportunities. You go and talk to other coaches, and you realize that Tennessee is the best place for you, or whatever school that you are thinking about transferring from. You decide to stay. Hey, man, we should welcome you with both arms, because that's entering the transfer portal and then coming out is no different than a guy who is thinking about transferring and is mulling it over for weeks and weeks, talks to the coach, and then he decides to not transfer. The only difference is with the transfer portal, it's public that you're thinking about transferring. If you are a freshman, most freshmen think about transferring. I mean, you do. In your first year or two, it's an adjustment period. You think about, oh, man, I don't know if I made the right decision or not. Man, did I even want to play football? You have these thoughts sometimes because you're not the big man on campus anymore. You're the low man on the totem pole. You have to go out and reinvent yourself all over again, the same way you did when you was an 8th grader or 9th grader back from your hometown. You didn't go in most of the time as the best player in the state as a 9th grader. No, you have to reinvent yourself. You got to prove yourself. It's the same thing, same process when you get to college. So the only difference is now than 10 years ago is that we all know that you're thinking about transferring. We're all thinking about it. We all know that you're thinking about it. But before, you didn't know. Guys always thought about transfer. I thought about transferring multiple times my freshman year.
Especially freshmen that don't receive the playing time that they expected when they signed on the dotted line. Like, I doubt Alante Taylor or Bryce Thompson had any thoughts about transferring last season. Why? I mean, they had starting spots as a freshman, and they were balling out, and they have one of the best defensive backs coaches in the entire country. So I doubt that Alante Taylor or Bryce Thompson considered transferring, but, I'm sure it's crossed the mind of Jared Garantano when he was a freshman, not playing.
Oh, you better believe it was, because he was promised that he was going to play as a true freshman.
Which makes absolutely zero sense. Why would you promise Jared Garantano playing time when you have Josh Dobbs, who's a senior?
Yeah, even before that, Dormady was promised that he was going to play, which is why Dormady, when he went home, there was a Tennessee staffer that had to physically get on a plane, go to Bernie, Texas, and bring him back because he didn't want to come back.
Which, how does that work? Like, did he just drag him to the airport?
No, I mean, he had to talk him into coming back. Someone from Tennessee had to physically go to Bernie, Texas, and get him to come back because he was lied to.
I believe that was the case with Riley Ferguson as well. But in that situation, Tennessee staffer had to drive to North Carolina and bring him back.
Yeah, that was on Riley being immature.
It was.
Yeah, I don't put that on old Lyle. I do put what happened with Garantano and Dormady on Lyle. I don't put what happened with Ferguson on Lyle.
Well, and I believe Marquez North was Riley's ride home to Charlotte, and Riley was Marquez North's ride home, and he rode with him that spring break, I believe it was. Whenever Riley decided to transfer, they rode home together. And I don't believe Marquez North had a way back to school because his ride was Riley, who had just decided to transfer.
Yeah. Speaking of spring break.
Spring break.
Was yesterday the last day of the week? Last practice of the week?
No, they practice tomorrow, I believe.
Okay, so that would be the
tomorrow
last.
Tomorrow or Saturday.
That would be the last practice of the week.
Now, this may be what you're getting to. Are you referring to Dabo Swinney's quote that he had yesterday?
No, I'm just thinking about how vicious practice is going to be.
Well,
practice is always vicious right before spring break and right before maybe like the bye week, right before you get to go home, because they're like, oh, you don't get some rest, but before you get that rest, we're gonna get everything out of you, everything. So you better believe practice will be tough. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever they practice.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, Clemson had its last spring practice yesterday, and apparently it did not go too well because according to Dabo, he said that I bet you if I go out to the parking lot right now, their cars are packed full of beach chairs and suntan lotion on the dashboard, and essentially saying that mentally they were not focused on practice. They were already in their hotel rooms at the beach, on the cruises that they're going on, and Dabo was not happy with the effort at practice. So that will be something to watch on Friday. And Jeremy Pruitt will speak to the media. He does every other practice in which he speaks to the media. So I'll be interested to see if Tennessee was locked in and did have a good practice on Friday.
Yeah, they practiced on Friday, and you mentioned Pruitt will talk to the press after practice, but that's going to be a good practice to go to. That's going to be a good practice because they are going to push these players, and these players, they will have the beach on their mind. They'll have spring break on their mind. I think we're going to get a really good idea of who are the leaders on this football team Friday.
Yeah. And what's funny is you mentioned that Friday's a great practice to go to. Nobody's going to be there. You know what else is happening Friday night?
SEC basketball.
Tennessee is playing Friday night, so everybody,
everybody. I mean, what time are they playing again?
It'll be about what time Tennessee tips off?
Yeah.
It'll be about 9:30 Eastern.
We can still go to football practice.
Dude, you can't go to football practice and then try to make your way on a Friday afternoon to Bridgestone Arena, check in, get your credentials, and Kentucky's playing the game before.
Oh, you mean actually going to the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking the media members won't be there. Everybody's going to be in Nashville.
Yeah. I mean,
because if it is your job to be in Nashville and cover the tournament, it would be very dumb of you to try and attend both.
Well, 247 and Rivals, they have, VolQuest, they got like 4 or 5 guys that cover the team. So you can get away with someone being in practice and then someone being at the game.
Yeah.
But you know how bad that stinks if you are picked to go to practice? Like, what if, let's use 247 for example. And they say, all right, Rucker, you got to go to practice. But Patrick Brown, hey, man, you are covering Tennessee basketball. You're going to Nashville. I would laugh. I would roll on the floor laughing if Wes is stuck in Knoxville having to go cover practice.
Yeah, that'd be funny, but the likelihood of that happening is 0%.
Yeah,
Grant and Wes will be in Nashville, and Patrick and Ryan Callahan will be at football practice, and then
Austin will be at football practice. You think?
Austin and
Rob Lewis.
Austin, Jesse, and Brent will be at football practice, and Rob Lewis will be in Nashville for the basketball tournament.
If I'm Brent, I'm going to the basketball game.
Yeah, but
if I'm Brent,
they do place a huge emphasis on football.
Yeah, but I'm going to watch Tennessee do something special.
I would too, but I wonder if then maybe Brent drives over on Saturday.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm telling you, Friday is going to be the day where we're going to see if Tennessee has some leadership, because I'm anticipating a sloppy practice. Every team in the country, the practice before spring break, if you are having your spring practice in the middle of spring break, or excuse me, if your spring break is in the middle of your spring practice schedule, That's always a tough day, the last day before spring break. So we'll see, man. We'll see who the leaders are. We had a good question on the text box earlier. Someone asked me. No, actually, it was an email from Chris, who asked, "Do we see Jared Garantano or Juwan Jennings representing Tennessee at media days?"
Nope. No. The first one, yes. Jared Garantano, absolutely.
You don't think Juwan?
They are not going to send Juwan Jennings to SEC media days.
I mean, I think he's on a good path so far.
Dude, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Missouri, BYU, Georgia State, UTC would all have bulletin board material if Juwan Jennings went.
Juwan's a senior now, man.
Redshirt senior, right?
He's a senior.
Yeah, redshirt senior. So this is his 5th year. I mean, I agree with you in theory, but I don't know. I don't know that I think Juwan would churn out some quotes that Tennessee wouldn't be too happy with.
I just hope that he does everything right because I want him there. I want him. I think that'd be a really cool redemption story. Guy that was kicked off the team, returned, matured, and was a captain on this team. That would bode well for his NFL stock for sure. On top of production, need to produce, need to stay healthy too. Let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Nation, good morning.
Good morning, family. How y'all doing, man?
Great, man. How are you?
All right. Hey, I was calling because I don't know if you guys got a chance to touch on this yesterday or not. I know I was talking with Ben a little bit about it, but looking at the basketball team, very excited about this opportunity them going in and competing. Like I said, getting ready for this tournament as far as the March Madness going on, wanting to be healthy as possible and trying to be clicking on all cylinders. So it's a couple of things that, of course, they need to work on. But in talking with him, like I said, I'm not sure if y'all mentioned this or not, but we were talking about the Jordan Bone point guard situation and also Lamonte Turner and how when he comes in, he's been struggling all year. And I looked at it like with Boney, and he's the true point guard, and he's used to being able to distribute and score, all right, even though his average may be a little bit down pertaining to maybe other guards or whatever. But he does a really good job doing that. But Lamonte has been a two-guard majority, especially last year. He didn't have to necessarily come in and run a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a two-guard and you're a shooting guard, you're a rhythm shooter, or some of them are. But he definitely is. He's used to coming off of picks or whatever, kind of lingering out there, people penetrating, he kicking out, catching a rock, and in rhythm catching it and shooting it. But when you have to do double duty and you're a point guard and you're a two-guard, it's a little bit more difficult maybe sometimes to get into your shot. And I think a part of his problem this year is because he's having to do that double duty. He's having to, press that point guard up the floor. He's having to play defense. He's having to distribute the rock, and he's having to think like a point guard. And then at the same time, come back in, or maybe even while he has the rock in his hand, position himself in the rotation to shoot. And I think it's thrown his game off a little bit. And I didn't know, looking at that, is there any rotation or combination outside of Bone having to be in there when he goes out for a break that would benefit him to be able to fall into that two-guard spot to get more in a rhythm to benefit this team? Because I think right now that's a problem, and it tends to bog the offense down a little bit because of it.
Nope, doesn't seem like that. I mean, Jordan Bowden can bring the ball up, but he only did that earlier in the season. That's when Grant was bringing the ball up at times. And that was just simply to get this team prepared.
When Lamonte was hurt.
And get this team prepared just in case you are put in situations where Jordan Bowden has to bring the ball up. He did it, I want to say, against Auburn or Mississippi State is one of the games recently where I did see Jordan Bowden bring the ball up. But no, to answer your question, yes or no answer, no. I mean, when Jordan Bowden is out, Lamonte slides over to the two. And this is the thing about, and we have a lot of football fans that try to use football logic when trying to talk about this basketball team. If you play DB, what's your job?
To make sure that the wide receiver doesn't catch the ball.
Correct. If you play running back, what's your job?
To score touchdowns and run over people.
Correct. If you're a wide receiver, what's your job?
Catch the ball.
So if you don't catch the ball as a wide receiver, you ain't going to play. You're not going to play. If you are DB, you get burnt because that's your main job and you're not doing a good job of it, you're not going to play it. Well, in basketball, Lamonte Turner, yes, he's struggling from three, but he's doing other things that help his basketball team be successful, like move over the point, run the offense, get the ball in the playmaker's hands at the right times, play defense. Rick Barnes talked about him being one of the best perimeter defenders in the country. So there's other things that
rebounding the basketball
from the guard position. There's other things that you can do even when you are not necessarily being successful at what you do best, which is shoot the ball from three. Lamonte was great at that last year, shooting 40%, but he can still impact the game other ways. In football, if you're the quarterback and you throw interceptions,
you're not gonna play
unless you're Matt Sims. And they say, well, he can run check with the best of them. But in most cases, you're not gonna play. You're not gonna play.
Yeah, and like I told you, Vol Nation, the other day, this is where the loss of Kwan 4 hurts Tennessee, because Kwan 4 was supposed to be that bona fide backup point guard that can handle the ball and take pressure off Jordan Bone if he has to sit out for a couple minutes with rest or gets into foul trouble. And Lamonte's better off the ball, and with him not playing off the ball, I do think that has hampered his game some. And had Tennessee been able to get Kwan 4, who ended up going to Louisville, I think that maybe changes things.
No doubt. I think, like I said, I'm hoping that they can kind of overcome that, because he is such a pure shooter. But, I think having to play double duty like that sometimes has hindered him and handicapped him a little bit from actually getting into his rhythm in the game sometimes. So, and which makes him force the shot a little bit. Hey, I'm going to get off of here, but did have a question for you guys with Chaney, and this is a football question, with Chaney and with Ansley coming in. I hear some things about, Chaney and how the offense is responding and things of that nature. And I wanted to know about Ansley coming in, being the DC. Have we heard anything recently with the addition of him that is, well, I'm sure it's going to be encouraging down the road, because I'm sure we're going to see some things, but just in practice itself, Chaney has seemed to come in and take a hold of things, and the offense seems to be kind of moving in a good direction, and everybody seems to have a great vibe. But I want to hear some stuff on Ansley as well, if you guys had anything, and I can take that off the air, man. And congratulations, Ben. Can't wait for your wedding. It's going to be a blast, man.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
Vol Nation act like he gonna be there.
He is. I guess for those who don't know, Vol Nation is actually going to officiate my wedding. So me and my fiance and my family are super excited about that. I know Vol Nation is as well.
That's gonna be cool, man.
That's gonna be cool. Vol Nation is as pure of a person as you are going to find, as genuine. He's given me advice in the past, and I know he will continue to do so going forward. So he is as pure of a human being as you will find. So I am very excited about that.
Man, I want Vol Nation to officiate something I'm doing.
He needs to officiate your life.
That'd be great. Can I get Vol Nation just to officiate my life? That would be great.
Well, I guess when you and your wife, what's it called, when you redo your vows or something? What's it, the technical?
Vow renewal.
Yeah, your vow renewal. I couldn't think there for a second. I had a brain fart. When you do your vow renewal, you can have Vol Nation officiate that.
Yeah. Get ready, Vol Nation. We're gonna have you officiate, man. Just don't be like Anthony Jordan, though. Don't officiate like that. 865-200-5503 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline.
Ansley.
Oh yeah. It looks like we have 3 coordinators out there. It looks like. Chaney, there's no doubt that he's a coordinator. And you've mentioned it, I mentioned it, that he works most of his time with the offensive linemen. But watching Ansley yesterday, watching Pruitt, it's like they do have 2 defensive coordinators. And they are on the same page. And I think Pruitt mentioned something about him and Ansley are able to kind of complete each other's sentences. But that's what I've seen so far. What are you laughing at?
I knew this was coming. DR Vol asked, if Vol Nation is officiating your wedding, what will Volstorm be doing?
Crashing it?
No, taking out the trash.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. Volstorm can
Is Volstorm invited?
Sure. He can be if he wants to come.
Where's his invitation?
In the mail.
Oh, so it's like a check.
He can come sing at my wedding if he wants to.
Oh, Lord. Do you want your fiance to be mad at you?
I mean, I'm sure she'll be mad at me for something else on that day.
She'll be mad at somebody.
No, she won't be mad at
make sure it's not you. Because
this
there's so much
true.
pressure to get everything perfect, and it's really hard for a wedding to go perfect. So just make sure it's not you.
I do think we need to find a role for Volstorm, though. What would he be best at?
You could be the ring bearer.
I don't trust him enough for that. he Volstorm would act like he lost them somewhere.
Yeah, it could be the ring bearer. Usually this
rings. You never gave me the rings. What are you talking about?
Well, a ring bearer is usually reserved for like a kid.
Well, my little cousin is doing it.
But we should get Volstorm to do it, being a big grown up, and then put him in a suit that's like too small for him.
Look like Butch Jones out there.
And that would be great.
No, not Butch Jones. He look like Charlie out there. The schmediums.
Oh yeah, baby shirt burst. That would be great. That would be great.
Baby shirt Volstorm. Baby suit Volstorm.
I mentioned earlier that Bruce Pearl has always found trouble, been around trouble. And for those who are unaware what happened before his days at Tennessee, I found a little bit of information, and I remember hearing about it, but this is exactly what happened. So I'll share that when we come back from break. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Have you noticed lack of energy, motivation, and drive? Call the Low T Center and schedule a complete health assessment today. Whether you have sleep apnea and need a CPAP or have low testosterone or low thyroid levels, Low T Center will get you feeling great again. If you're a man over 30 and haven't had an annual checkup, don't wait until you feel bad. Do yourself a favor and get a quick and easy health assessment today. Services are covered by most health insurance. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Top 100 Barbecue Restaurant Dead End BBQ is the best place in Knoxville to scratch your barbecue itch. With new specials and a new menu, there is something for everyone. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, try the Smokehouse Stew. Thursday through Sunday, the Hillbilly Chili is where it's at. Don't forget the half-price wings on Tuesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. and the salmon plate on Friday. The people spoke and Dead End listened, adding Dead End Society favorites like the Bernie Mac, Randall's Kitchen Sink Burrito, and the Barbecue Cheddar Meatloaf to the menu full time. Whether it's a game day or any day, at Dead End BBQ, the mouth-watering barbecue search is over.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Then call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904. Listen to what the Tarver family had to say.
Jennifer was our realtor recently and helped us find our dream home. She also helped us sell our home, and we had a signed contract in only 2 days. Her greatest strengths are her patience and personality. We never felt pressured, and I would highly recommend her in buying and selling a home.
Call me, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
It's freezing in here, Mary. What's wrong with your heater? The repairman can't get here till next week. Sugar, you've got the wrong guy. My guy is fast and has free heating service calls when he does the repair.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Hiller. Take advantage of a free service call with any repair.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We definitely need to get Neela Mafia to Ben's wedding. That would be wonderful.
Pete suggested that he does the opening prayer. I think he should do the toast.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. I think the toast is probably the best idea.
As long as we keep him away from the bridesmaids.
Yeah, correct. Him pretend like he's known you since you was a little kid. I remember when Ben was running around, his little Steelers helmet, in his Troy Polamalu jersey. Back when Ben was about 7 years old.
I was rocking that Heinz Ward jersey then.
Hiller, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical. Right now, the numbers don't lie. When you have 15,658 online reviews with an average of a 4.8 star rating, that means that Hiller is making a whole lot of customers happy. And this one customer was very, very happy with her experience with Hiller, because after several plumbers came out and assessed a mainline blockage at her house, neither company was able to do anything without charging more than $1,000. The Hiller technicians were able to get there within 30 minutes of her calling and fix the issue for under $400. She says they were knowledgeable, prompt, and professional. She says we couldn't use any of our bathrooms or our bathtub for about 3 days, and Hiller was able to fix it all for us in an hour. That is Hiller. That's what you get. Quality service at a great price, and they cover the volunteer state, Memphis to Knoxville, everywhere in between, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, Huntsville, Alabama. That is Hiller. Follow them online at Hiller, happyhiller.com, or follow them on Twitter at happyhiller. 865-200-5503 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Who do we have on that hotline, sir?
Titans-Bill.
Titans-Bill, my man. Good morning.
Good morning, Jason. I'll tell you what, I've been keeping up with the NFL free agent signings, and I'll tell you, if there's one club you better look out for maybe this upcoming season, that's the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, buddy, they made a killing yesterday, picking up Earl Thomas, that talented corner or safety out of Seattle.
Yeah, got it.
And also Mark Ingram.
Yeah, got
New Orleans Saint, who I believe won the Heisman Trophy.
He did at Alabama years ago.
So, so you Steeler fans, you better be biting your nails.
That's right, Ben. You better be biting your nails, man. Are you nervous right now, Ben?
No, because unlike the Titans, we aren't the worst team in the division.
Oh, Titans-Bill. Did you hear that dig?
Yeah.
You going to take that?
Well, the Titans picked up some players, but I don't know if there were anything that's earth-shattering or something like that. But I'll tell you that it's going to be interesting in how that AFC North is going to look this upcoming season, gentlemen.
I think the Browns are going to win it, Titans-Bill.
Huh?
I think the Browns are going to win it.
I'll believe it when I see it,
yeah,
but I don't believe it. Jim Haslam will find a way to destroy that team.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, looks like they're on the right path so far.
But if the season started today, I'd pick Baltimore to win it. But then again, you know, a lot of people pick Jacksonville to win that AFC South, and look what happened there. So,
yeah, I don't know about the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a sophomore slump.
He needs to show he can throw the ball more for me.
I am not a big fan of him. His decision recently of videoing himself driving 105 miles per hour. Not smart for a franchise quarterback. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I did not see
that. Yeah, go ahead and Google that. Not smart. I don't think the Ravens are going to be the team in the AFC North. I may be wrong, but speaking of your Titans-Bill.
Yeah.
Adam Humphries may be having second thoughts about going to Tennessee and may want to play for the Patriots and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That would not be good for the Titans, because I think Adam Humphries would be a great addition for the Titans organization, and that would sting a little bit if he decided not to go with the Titans.
Well, I know they're going to be hurting at wide receiver, but I think their main objective, I think this upcoming draft, is to go after defense. And, of course, look, Delaney Walker is getting up in years, so it'll be interesting to see how that's going to go. They're going to need to also draft a tight end.
Yeah.
I would have to say if the upcoming draft, I'd go for defensive tackle in the first round and maybe tight end in the second, if I were John Robinson, but I'm not him.
No, you're not John Robinson. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. The Titans, they've done a good job so far. Got themselves a lineman. They get Cameron Wake. Looks like they're going to keep Adam Humphries, and then we'll see what they do in the draft.
And, of course, I'll tell you that the Jets made a big killing signing Levy and Bell, but I'm telling you the Steelers is going to be hurting big time. Tomlin may be fighting for his job. You think about it.
We'll see, Titans Bill. We'll see, man. We'll see. Hey, Titans Bill, thanks, man. Thanks for the phone call.
Okay, Jason.
I hope you have a great day. So, Bruce Pearl has had 2 assistant coaches in trouble, and I made a joke about how trouble just finds Bruce Pearl. And I don't have a problem with Bruce Pearl. I'm very appreciative of what he did here at Tennessee and how instrumental he was inside of this Knoxville community. But facts are facts, and Bruce Pearl's always been around trouble. According to Wikipedia, and this is not just Wikipedia, this is known by folks. When he was an assistant coach at Iowa, he basically snitched on Illinois, and he recorded a conversation that he had with a recruit that wound up going to Illinois, and turned that call into the NCAA. Yeah, and during that conversation, Pearl got some information, and it got Illinois in some trouble. The NCAA did not find Illinois guilty of any wrongdoing with that recruitment, but found other evidence that led to Illinois being slapped with the lack of institutional control charge, and then they had a 1-year postseason ban and was restricted on some other recruiting things. Pearl found himself kind of blackballed from coaching D1 because of kind of what happened. And it is truly what I believe happened with Coach Fulmer after he was let go at Tennessee. You can't tell me a Hall of Fame coach of Coach Fulmer's caliber cannot go find a big-time job after 2008. And I believe that he was blackballed for telling on Alabama, which in fact was kind of crappy because it was supposed to be confidential of other coaches around the league telling the commissioner about things that was going on that they knew of, and it wasn't supposed to be told who actually snitched, but whatever, it happened. Bruce Pearl was blackballed, and then when he finally got a job, he got a job at D2 school, Southern Indiana, and then it took a long time for him to get a D1 job, and he got that in Milwaukee, did a great job in Milwaukee, and then Tennessee hired him, and then we know kind of the rest happened with Bruce Pearl when he got to Tennessee. But Bruce Pearl has always been around some type of drama. It was like that at Tennessee. It was like that when he was assistant at Iowa, and here he is again inside of it at Auburn. So is he going to make it? Is he going to make it at Auburn? I don't know, but he did find himself in some trouble, and I found it really, really weird that he was snitching. like whoa, man, that's not good. So I do know that there's a lot of coaches that don't like Bruce Pearl, and there's a lot of fans that do like him because he's so outgoing. He's great on ESPN. He was great during the show calls. He's a dang good basketball coach. You can go and look at teams that he's improved in the first couple of years of being there. He's done it. He did it at Southern Indiana, Milwaukee, Tennessee, and he's doing it at Auburn. So he's a good basketball coach, but he's always around some drama, it seems like.
Always. Couple things. What is Lamar Jackson doing?
You saw the video?
Not only was he going 105, he didn't have a seatbelt on.
Stupid.
Seatbelt.
So stupid.
And then Admiral Schofield just tweeted out a Players Tribune video that is 6 minutes long that I'm sure will be very entertaining. So I encourage you.
Is it him?
It is. It's him speaking to like Vol Nation.
Oh man, so I gotta watch this.
It's 6 minutes long. Prepare to be in your feelings.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch this, man. Woo!
Let's see what the tweet reads. Vol Nation, you gave me your everything. That's why I give you mine. And attached is a 6 minute and 35-second video.
All right, let me go get some tissue. I gotta take a break. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can. Because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike, between Office Depot and Hardee's. Or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Up goes your car insurance.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Man, that was a quick break. I'm halfway through the Admiral Schofield video. I got chills. Man, I got chills. Did y'all see Daddy at senior night? Daddy still look like he can play.
Daddy looks like he could still whoop Admiral.
Yeah, no doubt. Yes, he still looks like he can take Admiral down.
I guess you got to be yoked up if you're Daddy when you've got one son who's playing in the NFL, winning Super Bowls with the Seahawks, and then the other one.
That's true.
Is on the All-SEC first team in college basketball.
You can't let them kids forget. I used to whoop your butt when you were little. I can still do it now. I know my uncle used to tell me that, remind me. He was like, yeah, you lifting weights? Yeah, you got a little mustache. If I can't beat you, I'll shoot you if I have to. This is my house.
This is my house, punk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. All right, Ben. Things happen between 7 and 10 in the world of sports. So what has happened over the last couple minutes?
Will Wade released a statement to Sports Illustrated's Ross Dellinger. He said, "This morning I advised Joe Oliva and the LSU Board of Supervisors that I would like to resume my duties as head basketball coach. Last week, when the university decided to place me on administrative leave, I accepted the decision without complaint, as I knew that they wanted time to reflect on the flurry of media reports. With the benefit of a week to consider the circumstances, I believe university officials should allow me to resume my duties. I understand that in today's hyper-intense media environment, it is extremely difficult for any organization to stand firm in the face of rumors, leaks. In this case, the simple truth is I have been placed on leave because I exercised my right not to submit to a joint LSU NCAA interview and on the exact same subject matter at issue and an impending federal criminal trial in New York. My legal counsel advised the university that it would be wholly inappropriate for me or anyone to submit to an interview under these circumstances. Declining to be interviewed was a difficult decision to me, as I would like to cooperate fully with all parties, particularly LSU. To be clear, however, all I've done is follow the prudent advice of counsel to exercise my constitutional rights to due process. Given these facts, I don't believe it is appropriate for me to be relieved of my duties. We have a great basketball program made up of excellent student athletes and quality coaches. The players who've given their all for this institution, the students and alumni who are devoted to LSU, and fans all across Louisiana beyond deserve to see this team fulfill its destiny. I love LSU and everything it stands for. What I'm asking for is the right to do my job while exercising my constitutional rights. I don't think that's too much to ask." My thoughts as well.
William, why are you in this situation? Why is LSU in this situation? It's because you were on an FBI wiretap talking to a middleman about a strong-ass offer. Dude, you put yourself in a situation.
That Javonte Smart didn't get enough of the pie.
Bro, if you were really trying to do things the right way and not cheat, you don't even engage with middlemen. There's people around football recruits that coaches know that they are not good news, and they just won't engage. They just won't even, we're not doing that. Sorry. You can go somewhere else. We're not doing it. Not doing it. If you really was trying to do everything right, you would have not engaged with the middleman here. Now, money from a business standpoint, I understand why Will Wade did what he did. He can make some more money. He can get paid while he's on leave. But you put LSU in a bad spot. You did. Not LSU didn't put LSU in a bad spot. You put LSU in a bad spot. So what do you think LSU should do? Your butt should be suspended. Sorry. What I find weird is that LSU and Will Wade, they're not talking to each other, but they're releasing stuff to the media. So Will Wade's releasing stuff to Ross Dellinger, and then we're getting stuff from Ross Dellinger from LSU's administrative department. So they're leaking stuff out. So they're basically talking to each other. They subtweeting each other. Mm-hmm. It's weird.
It is.
It's weird, but sorry, Will Wade, man. You got caught. I mean, I love his passion. I love his fire. I mean, I didn't know the dude was the same age as me.
Really?
I think yeah.
He does have that baby face.
Yeah. He's same age as me.
Yeah, Will Wade needs to stop lying. Real quick before we get out of here.
I thought it was cool. I mean, I think it's cool that he's same age as me. He's coaching the way he is.
No, that is.
He's 36.
So what? A couple years older.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get off, I wanted to highlight some comments that Tyson Helton had to The Athletic in a Q&A that they did with him. I believe it was Chris Vanini. He asked Tyson Helton if he felt constricted at all last season, and the search to find his replacement took a while. He asked, I know you don't know much about it, but in your year there, did you feel constricted at all? It's no secret Jeremy wants a ball control guy, and this is what Tyson Helton had to say. No, I did not feel constricted. Now, if it was somebody with a different personality, they might have felt constricted, but I've known Jeremy since he was a high school coach. You're talking 10 to 12 years of a relationship. I knew exactly what I was coming into, and I'm a coach's kid, and whoever the head coach is, you're a chain of command guy, and you're going to adapt to his vision. I knew what he wanted to be, and we followed that plan. We also knew there were going to be some bumps in the road to get that going. He wanted to make that commitment. I still fully believe in that commitment. And then he also commented on Jim Chaney. He said the offensive coordinator he hired is outstanding. He's a perfect fit for the program because he's been at another institution that operates the same way. His philosophy gels with Jeremy and what he's looking for. There's a great foundation there moving forward. You're not going to have a lot of loss offensively. A lot of the communication is going to be the same. The names of plays may change, but there's still a lot of consistency. I think it's great he got the coordinator he did.
Sorry. What he's saying publicly and what he said behind closed doors are two different things.
Yeah. But if you're Tyson Helton, this is what you have to say publicly.
You have to say that. You can't be petty as a head coach.
No.
But
you're not Lane Kiffin.
But he wasn't saying all that behind closed doors.
No.
But that's none of my business.
And he was also asked how he kind of looks back at his time at Tennessee. He said it was invaluable and that he loved every minute with Coach Pruitt, a tremendous coach.
Let's not act like he picked Tennessee because he had like 30 offers. Dude, he was the quarterback coach at USC. Tennessee was paying you $1.2 million. Of course you're taking that. Of course you're taking that. And I'm sorry, I saw Jordan Pruitt with the play sheet against Vanderbilt. I saw what I saw.
In the Florida game.
I saw what I saw.
I saw Jarrett walking back to the sideline.
I saw what I saw. But
asking Tyson Helton why he called that and said, that wasn't me.
Yeah, like I saw what I saw. So whatever, man. He has to say that. I would say the same thing if I was him. I would not have said anything negative publicly. I would have taken the high road there in this situation, but it ain't fooling me. And Will Wade ain't fooling me either. But I get why he's doing that, man.
We can't be fooled.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm about to finish watching this Admiral Schofield Players Tribune video, and
take me to the car dealership.
Man, this is next level stuff, and this is why I would love to see our players' stories told more and more and more, and not wait for them to be seniors leaving for the last time, or leaving and playing ball for their last time in Tennessee. We got a lot of football guys that have some cool stories like Admirals, and I want them to be told. 865-255-03 is our telephone number here to the Swain Event, the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Hope you have a great day. Peace and love.
Hour 3 of the Swain